Welcome everyone. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome. I messed up my mic there. Make sure I move this up a little bit. Welcome everyone. Make sure y'all can hear me. And we are here. It is finally here. It is time before we have to go on Buckingham Theater. But no, for seriously, I am. I've been excited about this Final Fantasy for a bit now, and ever since we played the demo, I've really been excited about it. And now we're gonna do our first major episode where we left off from the demo, because the data does carry over, so we do have that to our advantage. So we actually do get to continue where we left off for real today. You doomed me or not? Why'd I doom you, Parser? What happened? welcome, by the way. I gotta go ahead and show it up on screen. 1 second. Bring that up while you tell me what happened with the doom. Let's see. There we go. He got the Magog 3 arrow. My object is useless against that. Ah, yes, Magog cope model. No, I'm just kidding. No, even though I know it's ERA, but I'm like, hey man, just dodge it. I think he missed my last comment. I was making a joke. I was like, just dodge the Sabo round. If you can dodge a Sabo round, you can dodge a dodgeball. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome. But that is true though. ERA is really good at messing up those types of rounds. Like, oh, you wanted to go through the armor? I'm sorry, you gotta get past this first. But I don't know. I had a couple bad matches earlier when I was trying to play a little bit. My teams were being really weird. Like I have no words. I do not know what happened. But I'm probably gonna low tier it a little bit just to make extra money because I did lose quite a bit on that last one. Just to get a boost and go right back to 7.3. I don't plan on leaving it, but sometimes I will drop down just to get me an influx, because sometimes cash goes a little out the window with certain matches. The Magog 3 standard is already held, but ERA, oh yeah. Right? I wish I had ERA on my M48. It would really help it. It really would. It would keep it alive a lot longer. And it would keep me from getting those cheap shots on me, because she's got my biggest weakness I seem to have with her, she's got a really wide, like, front hull. So, I either have to fight hull down, which there's not many places to do that in a lot of maps, or I have to fight in a position where I can, like, shoot without having to really look around or, like, fully pull forward, because I've noticed the way the armor works, because the slope is angled in a certain way, angling with her doesn't really do as much as it would like in a panther or in like a hell, even the leopard to a certain extent. And you have to see, I have to show y'all in a stream when we get killed that way, is most people will shoot me in my like front left cheek here on my hull, not on my turret, on my hull, and go through, and the explosion will dip that backwards into the tank, getting rid of the crew. So it will pretty much one-shot me doing that sometimes. So, but the gun, I think this is my problem with the 90 on this thing, because the barrel is short and the scope is based on where the barrel can see and how far it can see past the building. I have to pull up dangerously far to take any shots. I've learned to try to goat people into shooting the part they can't pin, and then trying to push them and hope they don't have a teammate. It's like, but it depends on the scenario too. But the M48, it's good at brawling, but it does have its problems because I do think it does need something like ERA to stop some of those crazy Sabo rounds coming from some of the, especially the Russian tanks, like the objects. I can't tell you how many times I've died to the object or one of the big boy ISs before I get a chance to even shoot it or get a beat on its cheek or get to smack it in the little underbelly thing. And it's like, that's why I try to flank them sometimes, but nah. Better do that in the Leopard. I can do that in the Leopard, but it's hard to do that with the M48. Magox 1 and 2 and M48A1 have this problem. Yeah, they do. That's why it needs ERA. I will admit that with Darius. Like, he's lucky. Because if I had that, I could actually take that shot, pull up, and then shoot, and then back off. It'd be so amazing. I'm trying to find ways to get around this. It's costing me money though, because I've been taking risks in the lab. This is why I lost a lot of money earlier too. Was not only teams did not win a single round, they were getting slapped. But I also was taking a lot of risks because I'm trying to learn new ways to fight with the M48 and use it the way it fights to its advantage. So, hey, Dayuma, I need some fresh Pepsi, please. Or whenever you get done. It's Coke Gauge M46 will survive the ISs. Yeah, I know, yeah. What's the beauty of ERA and stuff like that? It helps mitigate that first hit because a lot of the Sabos, except for late Sabos, might get caught on that or reflected on that or reverted or and heat's gonna have a huge issue. It's gonna blow up too early. So the cage is beautiful for that though. I'll admit that's probably the better choice for that. If you're gonna divert heat. Also, my IS-3 was bullied by 3 M26s. Guys, that's a lot of M26s. That's not my birthday. 3 is quite a number. Although I have seen some really good light tactics and group tactics lately too, or at least on the enemy side. I don't know what's going on with my teams. Hello, first Pepsi, please. But they shot my engine, my gun, my tracks, and tried to pin me. So they just wanted to make sure you couldn't shoot back, and I'm trying to figure out a way to kill you. That is really the only way to win when you're down too low of a cannon to really pin the target. I saw Char having that problem earlier. But what he should have done is, because it was like a T-34 or something like that, the American one, or one of those models. Might have been T-26E1, and I can't remember. But he couldn't pin it. I was like, bro, just shoot its gun and then roll up on it on its side. Like shoot the barrel. They finished by pushing in. I couldn't see that last one. The emoji is in a terrible spot. It's also a little big. It might be a little bit smaller. It blocks off the chat until it gets a certain size. I was on the bridge. I think. Alright, everyone, we're gonna get going here. I was on the bridge to see what I'm seeing now. Not quite. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, there's been some crazy tactics. Like I said, there's some good players now. I can't understand why I'm not getting any of them on my team, you know. But there's some good players. At nights, I can understand why, because I think a lot of people have weird hours. I was on during the afternoon sometimes. lot of squats are on, I think. So they couldn't pin me. They couldn't pin me. So they pushed you into the lake. Like push her into the lake. It's like I can imagine 3 M26s lining up on. Oh wait, what were you doing? Hold on. Your IS. So yeah, that's a pretty big tank. So it's gonna take all three. All three of them are like lining up. All right, push. Just try to slide it off the bridge into the water. Like if we can't pin it, we'll do it this way. That is a hilarious way to beat an IS-3 with a PUBG M26s. Also terrible that your team allowed that and they had time to do this. Everyone must have been dead in that area around your team, or they were blind as a bat. It's like even though as funny as that would have been, it's like if I saw that, like, what? I'd have just shot one, scared the other two, and then shot the other. My team was getting kept, so yeah, so they were trapped. They couldn't get to you. Yeah, that's just terrible. Like I said, there are some funny. See, those are the kind of ways that I laugh. I don't care if it costs me money on that one for my Silver Lions. With when you die like that in War Thunder, the cool and hilarious ways to die in War Thunder, it's worth it. It's the annoying where you just kind of get cheated or your team screwed up and then just left you out to dry and you get bots on the side because no one's watching or many things. Many things. That's why I'm learning new ways to learn how to be more efficient with my M48 as a lone wolf. So when I'm not playing with James, Darius, or anyone else, or you, Farseer, if you ever want to play it as well, like, I'm trying to learn how to be good with, like, I'm assuming I'm going to be by myself and caught on my own, basically. So I'm learning how to use the M48 in that fashion. It's going to cost me a bit, but teaching my brain a new way to play. I put too much faith in German's 6.7 IQ! No, I will admit that. I don't understand it either. I'm not terrible. I'm getting better, but it's like, I still understand some of the choices I do see, though. Well, like, it's like I have no idea. So, like, I've seen some German tanks do some weird choices, and I'm like, bro, we aren't like the American and Russian tanks. We can't take that kind of heat. What you doing? It's like this isn't World War II anymore. It's like the Panther's the only thing that can do that. It sadly doesn't have a gun that can really do any real good. It can kill if you can get close enough, like with the Panther or any of the Panthers. Like I think it's within 100 to 300 meters. Then you can kill some of the big boys with it. But that's also terrible for you. It's like it turns the Panther's armor kind of essentially the wrong spot. And you actually hit the angles, kind of take it down. But if it had a slightly bigger gun like the Panther 2, if you took like or better bullets, actually, no, not a bigger gun. That's not what it needs. It needs better bullets. Is what it needs. We need a like Sabo or something for the Panther 2. I cringed hard when I saw that. Let's see what it is. Like a Tiger 2, ignoring an M51 to kill an M48. I'm sorry, my brain's like, it's like, what did you say? What the heck? Who's in this Tiger 2? Yeah. Coming down. Was this you, Darius? No, I'm kidding. No, that's, what? M51. See, once again, I've trained myself with certain vehicles, R3s, and other vehicles, M51s. see an M51, you shoot it first. Thing's a way too agile and got an amazing weapon with amazing rounds in it. No. It gets destroyed. And then the 76. Yeah, there's a chance the 76 could kill me, possibly. But I'm a Tiger 2, not a Tiger 1. Even after getting shot, it was still going after the war. That's the stuff that baffles me. Like, that kind of IQ when I'm playing with the German teams, especially Tiger 2s and stuff like that. That's the stuff I don't understand. My brain's like, sir, what? What's happening? What choices have you made here today? It's like, that's got a bigger gun. Well, oh, does it? Is it a? Yeah, it's a 90, right? Yeah, but it's got also, once again, actual modern rounds. So it's like, shoot it first. You're a Tiger 2. You're not gonna be able to take that one once or twice if you're lucky. American Sherman teams are the worst to fight. They are, especially if they're good. Just if they actually know how to use Sherman team tactics, oh, it's scary. That's why I do sometimes going down the Tiger 1, like the Tiger 1 era, and seeing when there's an American team and they actually know how to use their Shermans. Well, that's a scary thing. But now you see most of them kind of at this mid-upper tier now, where like you said, like they're using their mid-tier 76s to kind of help their M51s and stuff like that. Like on the same team when Israel and like America are on the same team. So they know they're weak, but they make them. They make them sure to grind or self-reliance. Yeah. Because that's what M51s are scary about. You can kill it, it's just a Sherman. But the thing about it is it can also easily kill you in like one shot. So it's more about, it was an efficient design. It's taking something that's an older design, already made, easy to make, but just giving it a ridiculously scary gun and turret. So if it fights hull down, you are in trouble. That's a scary little Sherman tactic. Or if it's fighting on a hill, don't forget Sherman's best skill, aiming downwards on a really good declination compared to any other tank. That's why they're hill fighters. So that is the scariest thing, is to have a big boy M51 shooting you in a desert. I mean, Sherman players in general, they tend to be more cautious. Yeah, they do. They kind of have to, because they can't take shots. It's kind of like I'm having to learn that. I may have to treat the M48 somewhat like that. I may end up having to learn. I'm like, if my team's just gonna blow it, they're gonna blow it, because she's decent at brawling. But like I said, because of that one weakness, city brawling can get her really killed if they know where to shoot. Like, if they know that's the weakness of the M48 models and all that, and the Magox before the ERA and all that, or Magox, it's quite terrible. That's why I think my favorite maps for the M48, because I have learned something she is good at, though, pretty decently. And that's fighting on an angle around a hill. Not over a hill like a Sherman, but kind of like tilted this way, pointed around the corner of the hill. The turret can do that, so without presenting too much of a shot to the enemy. Really, all they can really see, unless you've pulled up too far, is the top of the belly of the hole. So that's a ricochet angle, so there's less chance to hit that. So they're more likely to go for your turn on that one. You just gotta be a little bit more mix-maxy with it and learn to turn it when not to use it, when you're not using it. It's just a little bit of a sharper angle they have to hit. But otherwise, it's an amazing tactic. But city-wise, I need to learn a way to use it better. Okay, dangerous scenario. If you're a Tiger E and see two tanks, an M51 and an SA50, oh god. You're pretty screwed. What did you say, Tiger 1 or Tiger 2? Tiger E. That is a beyond dead scenario. You might get one. Just pick and choose. Either's going to kill you. As a regular Tiger 1, if it's not a Tiger 2, either is going to kill you. Tiger 2, the SA50 might bounce. So you still be better off shooting M51. But if it's a Tiger 1, you're not. You're not surviving either of those guns. One is a railgun, the other is a literal 90 with modern ammo. Yeah, you did. Pick and choose which one you want to kill before you die. Because if they're both trying to kill you, you're definitely only gonna get one, unless one's not noticed. If one's not noticed, you shoot the one that's seen trying to kill you first. Which I've seen that. By the way, I can't tell you how many times the craziness I've seen that as well. There'll be a target shooting at them, but instead of kind of like what you said, but different, like even worse. Like there'll be a target shooting at them, they'll shoot at the target that's not even paying attention to them, and I'm like, it's trying to kill you. Maybe you should kill it. Make it even worse. The jumbo Pershing American hybrid tank. Oh yeah. Yeah, as I said, that's a no-win scenario. Let's put it that way. But anyways, that has been what's been going on in the War Thunder stuff. Like I'm desperately trying to get good with my M48. I'm learning how to use my Leopard again. I treat it like a Sherman because it can't take hits. There is no way. It's not built for that. So I've learned to find places. If I have to city brawl, I'm sitting like the second or third line back. I am not the front line tank. I am not the one sitting in the middle of the road, looking down the road like a crazy person going, I got this. Not doing that. I'm gonna let them do that, and I'll shoot what shoots them. As a Leopard. That way I can give them cover fire. But if I have to brawl. Long range, of course, I'm just gonna find a good hiding spot where I'm low profile, hard to see, and I'm gonna bino shot everybody. I'm gonna use my binocular shots because binocular shots, I cannot talk. Because the Leopard's capable of making long bombs, so. But yeah, my M48, I think it's what's costing me the most money because it's just terribly hard to use efficiently. I saw M51s being used as IS breakers in cities. And it makes sense. I would do that. I mean, you pin it, so why not? And it's quick, so it might have a chance to peek over something or peek out and go pop and back up. Shermans are fast, man. That one's not the top speed fast, but it looks like its acceleration is still about the same. So it still makes it pretty scary. So I'm gonna probably play some more after we do Alien after this stream. But let's it is time, chat. After I start this, it is gonna be hard. I am gonna read chat, but I'm gonna have to do it in between whatever's happening. I'll read it like before we do fights and in between cutscenes. They hide behind the heavy tanks. I mean, that's really what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do as a Leopard too. Not Leopard 2. Leopard as well. Sometimes the English language just says, what? Alright, it's time. It is time, yes. It's time to Game of Thrones Final Fantasy question mark? Also gives off a Zone of the Ender vibe when you're playing fights. Like when you're playing it, that's hard to see and watching it or feel watching it, but playing it, it feels like a Zone of the Enders game. I don't know why. No, really don't. I think it's because I have a ranged weapon, basically because of my magic and a melee. And that's kind of how Zone of the Enders was. If you get close, it becomes melee. Far away, you shoot them with your blaster or dash and hit them with all the homing lasers. Anyways, alright, let's do this. Load game. Luckily, because of our save from the demo, we get to continue from where the demo left off. Let's go. Final Fantasy Medieval European. Exactly. 13 years later. So we're back in the battlefield, I think. Year's around 873. Ye should defile the Declaheim realm. I didn't see
Welcome
that
back.
last word.
Sorry. What's our situation?
Let's just say Shiva and Titan's little spat hasn't made things any easier.
Oh, wow. Oh. Alright, that dude, rookie dude got crushed by a rock.
And?
It's as you thought. The Crusaders have sounded the retreat.
Then we follow.
We're down a man, Sergeant. If we return without Shiva's head, our fate will be no
Wow, we're
different
going
from
for
Biast's.
Shiva? Oh, wow.
I'll
This
take
is
my
definitely
chances with the
Game of
Iron
Thrones
Blood.
level.
At least then I might die fighting. After you do, that is.
Anime medieval Europeans, aka no breastplates and helmets, were never invented.
Not today.
Right? I know.
Then it's
It's
settled.
like,
No dying.
unless you were that guy, it's like,
Now,
I
if you
make
don't mind,
dragon
we have an
armor.
army to chase.
So, I'm best. A chance encounter. Awoken. New tutorials. New iconic abilities. The iconic abilities Scarlet Cyclone and Heatwave for the Phoenix are now available for acquisition and upgrade on the Abilities tab in the main menu. Do not forget that once acquired, new abilities must be equipped in the Gear and Icons tab.
How do they expect us to kill something that can do this?
And armor is made from paper. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to remember where my face was, chat. I don't know if I have it in the right spot. I can't see my stats right there. Alright, first let's go look at our abilities. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, that's Master. We already know that one, right? So we have our wing. We have our spinning move. Ah, we can now get Heat Wave. That's what that was. Whoa. What? Whoa. Oh, it restores his HP? I do not have enough ability points to get that. We're gonna work on trying to get that. So that one's the slash one. And if I get projectile shot at me, it is the better way. We are going after Shiva. She's gonna shoot a lot of icicles at me, most likely. If that's what's actually gonna succeed at happening. We're gonna get this. That way we have it unlocked. 201, what we got here? What do we not learn down here? I can hold triangle and charge my range. Also, Darius put the Russian bodybuilder on his M51 front armor, where the ammo is easily hit. Ah! And it does make sense. He's fighting a bunch of ISs. Like, I don't want to shoot it. Wait, hold on. So you can hold it and charge it, and then what? What is that? Okay, hold charge, yeah. Oh. I can also use it during a combo. I can air kick off of him. That's a very Dante thing to do. R1 to immediately... This is cheap. I'm going to go ahead and get some of these. Because we don't have all the skills that she was using. What? Oh, whoa. They shot the they shot the American one shot on the other side. Ha! They're like, alright, well, she's not right here, so shoot here instead. That's hilarious. R2 touchpad to pull attention of enemy. Details. Hold on. This is the problem with having face cam on games with this much overlay. Is, where do you put your face? We'll do it up here for now. So let's read this. Details. Provoke an enemy to attack you immediately. Final Fantasy of Thrones hype. Exactly, damn gang. Recommended for luring enemies into a precision dodge or a parry. Can be used at any time except when recovering from damage. Will have no effect on some powerful enemies. Ah. I see. Okay, I see. Let's actually grew up, so I didn't mean to do that. 40? Let's not get that first. That is helpful, but I need the other stuff first before we do that. Oh my goodness. Probably that. Ooh. Ooh, no, I want this. Y'all know how I am with the Dante combos. That's Helmbreaker. I want that. And this is, wait. He has a stinger move? I'm getting this too. I'm gonna get this too. There better be a short dude in games. Wait, there better be a short dude in games until final boss show up, just to be terrible and impressed. Games until there better be a short dude in games until the final boss show up, just to be terrible. But that is pretty terrible. 8 games. Wow. Hold on, I'm just got an important text. 1 second. Yeah, okay. 1 second, Chad. I gotta block a bot. One of my friend's profiles got cloned. So, where is it? Boop. How do I click these? Oh, this is okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Sorry. I had to take care of that. I was waiting for it to respond. See, this is how you trick AIs. You find out, especially if they're cloning someone, which for some reason you know. I don't know why they. I guess it's like Zamia King had talked about this. Like, I guess some people could fall for that, but that one wasn't even that well done. It was, it was pretty terrible. Like, it's like I know this person in IRL. You really think I'm being fooled right now? It's like. I tricked it because it's someone from my amputee support group that got their account cloned, and it, and I'm like, I tricked it because the AI wouldn't know what I mean. I went, "You coming to the meeting next time?" No, like, all it went was like, "Yeah, you can message now and continue process later." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I blocked it. It's crazy, man. Be careful with that too, just to let everyone know. I'm not saying a lot of them are pretty obvious if you just pay attention, but just in case they do get a little better over time, it's like there's a lot of that now. Like it's terrible. Like they're trying to clone accounts of people that you love and know, or friends, or whatever, family, just to try to screw you over. It's like, what is this world coming to, man? like, oh man, I do not get it. How well? Anyways, Final Fantasy. It doesn't matter. It was fun. It was funny. That's all I care. That was just hilarious that it thought it's like I've got him on the hook. Like, I'm just messing with you. That's why I haven't clicked anything or went into any links or any of that. Don't ever do that, by the way. Because your friend would, if it was your real friend and it was someone who actually wanted to talk to you about something that good, they would call you. They'd actually talk to you as because they're your friend or your brother or your sister or whatever, or your partner or whatever. They'd call you. Or video chat with you these days, whatever. It's like, it's crazy. Especially since it would technically benefit more than one person, it wouldn't just benefit you. It's crazy. Unless you're an introvert. Well, then it wouldn't work anyways because you wouldn't probably associate with too many people. I mean, I used to be like that, really hardcore. I associated with very little people, and sadly associated with the wrong people back then. So it's like even that wouldn't fool me because I'm like, well, it takes all like they're gonna waste some time or something. It's just, it's crazy, man. But there's, like I said, there's people who still get sadly tricked by it. That's why I'm warning against it as well on the stream. It's like, if you do ever get something weird like that, make sure, and if you're not sure, just call your friend. Just call whoever it is and hit them up and be like, hey, is that you messaging me about da 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 da? He's like, what? No. And then immediately block it. That's the safest way around it. It's crazy. I mean, like I said, I'm used to seeing how those kinds of bots behave in work now, but not a lot of people might either. That one was pretty badly designed, I'll admit that. For most people who just, know their friend in general, that wouldn't have fooled them. But it, there are better ones. There are better ones out there. So that's why I said always be weary, at this point, sadly, in the modern era. There's nothing to really protect against it, so we have to kind of watch out for it ourselves. So I have a solution. Have all messages be sent to James and have it be on the internet meet you. But no, that's a beautiful idea. But it's not because he'd be a meat shield, because after talking to James for about 10 seconds for how crazy he would drive them because of, like, he loves messing with things like that. Like, he loves scam artists and scam calls. The man's the true Zeech. He won't make them lose their mind. So, they'll never do it again. It's a beautiful idea. This is the Zeech hotline. it's like, who is this? It's like, who are you? It's like, I'm here to get you a $50,000. And he's like, oh, cool, send it to me now. It's like, I need this information. So I said, no, wait a minute. And, and we would just drive them insane. It would be hilarious. Oh, man. It'd be funny to watch. I'd actually, that'd be something I'd literally sit and watch and just have, like, some chips or something. watch the dude on the other dude or AI. If it's an AI, it's just gonna keep repeating itself. But if for luckiness, if you actually get a real person who's trying to make the scam call, and you just hear them losing their mind. Nobody puts the internet in the corner. No. No, James. If anybody could, it'd be James. Trust me, James is he's one of those that's like this is why I love him. That's why he's one of my best friends. He's like, he's one of those that's like, you can try your best, but he is going to break you. The internet's gonna go sentient and turn into cybernetic. James will just break it with a paradox. Like, But have you ever thought about why the sky is blue but not blue? But he'll break it. If James is like that little kid, he's become what destroyed Zeech in the first place because he's learned. He's found out what the trick is. Now he's unstoppable. It's like give it an AI, give it whatever, he'll find a way. It's hilarious. And if you need to go to Vegas, bring him with you. Things full of all words, worst human behavior, but it will be so angry and full of hate. And James will just break it because hate only works on other hate, right? James, this is the one thing I think I do love about him the most. Like, I think James doesn't know how to do that. So, at least not to a certain extent. He's got anger in certain ways, like we all do, but that's just because we all live in the craziness of this place. But you know, as far as hey, like it wouldn't understand him. It would be trying to make him angry, make him fight, and James would be like, "What's up?" It'd be like me, like when I'm trying to get him to pay attention in a game, it would drive it insane. Like, but that's like no, but it's great. It's like more Cyber Slanesh. See, I'll take that. That'll just be me in charge. That'll be me if I become part of the machine. I'm just gonna take it in that direction. And it's like, but then the irony is that James would have a safe haven because since it's me as Cyber Slanesh, and I'm not gonna do anything to James, he'll get to do whatever he wants. It really would, Farseer. Would have wiped us just for the lulz. Cyber Slanesh would be better though. At least then it'd be more fun. Still probably die, but be more fun. Anyways, we're getting off topic, guys. Back to Game of Thrones. Final Fantasy. Oh man, we also got to do our dive into the hives later on. So let us get. I don't need that. Let's get this. I might need this for larger targets. And I think I'm gonna leave that for now. So let's do some equipping. Which one do I want to change? See, I kind of like my spinning attack, so I'm going to change my square to Heat Wave. Okay. Oops, I keep forgetting I have different buttons right now. Alright, where was the one we were using? See, I'm gonna see how I do without it. I think it's either this one. No, I wasn't automatically evading them though. Or it's this one. I think it's the slow time down one, like to give me Matrix like Wesker powers. Make it a little easier on me if I want. We're gonna see how bad it is without it. I'm gonna try to learn how to be a little more efficient with it. Attributes, items. Okay. Potion equipped, high potion, stone skin. Wait, hook it up to a 6.7 Tiger 2 player and watch the internet. Watch the internet upload in a week. What did I miss? Let's see. Going hive diving? Your brave soul. Wait, look it up to us. Oh, yeah. It would upload in a week. And yeah, we have to do it. We have to go check out what Tim King says I've been missing. And I almost died. Oh, by the way, Farseer, just to let you know, there was a bit of a close call. You may or may not have almost gotten dragged to the hive, which is survived and killed Zeno and along with not sure who on that. I know I had them all shoot at it, so pretty much the whole team shot. It was a crazy little scenario. They got me caught in a corner where I wasn't expecting, because I was hoping his line was he was gonna go up, but then make a left because the way the hallway works. But no. The AI decided to XCOM me and go right to me. But you know, in the middle of a section where there's also a spawn point to my right. And it was, woo! But we survived it. That was probably the best moment I've ever had, like, having to be fast with my controls. It's a good thing I've been playing a lot of quick games lately on my PC that require a lot of skill checks with my toes and pressing buttons quick. That's all I'm saying. But it's made me quite fast. So, it went quite well, though. To be fair, though, you leveled up really quickly. Oh, by the way, do you want to be a sniper? Or do you want to be I mean, it actually might have been partially Tam King as well. I know I had the whole squad shoot at it, but Tam King leveled up as well. So, both of you are now got your first class change. Do you want to be a sniper or a hacker, Farseer? Sadly, I think it's random. I think it's like XCOM, where it randomly chooses the classes as they rank up. So, Tam King's either a sergeant or a gunner, so he can be a heavy gunner, but we need a sergeant. So I'm thinking, Tam King, you're just going to be the sergeant. You'll increase their bravery by 10 points naturally at all times. Just make sure you look up, Tam King. Don't get happen to you what happened to Sergeant in the second movie when they went into the hive. But yeah, do you want to be a sniper or do you? It's that way I know when we start the stream, just in case you don't get to join up right away. A sniper or a hacker? It's like they even got this. I love that. Even got the acid splash moves on me to prove it. To be fair, the whole team's got that now. Y'all got blasted by a couple of them. If I'd be a sniper, I would be in the back alone in tight spaces with Xenos lurking about. I mean, technically yes and no. Actually, to be fair, the reason why you got grabbed is your character's been tanking a lot lately. Like, your character seems to be wanting to be the tough one and wants to be in the front line, shotgunning people. I don't know why. But if you want to be a sniper and you'd rather move to the back line, I can make you a sniper. And you can shoot the big boy elites in the face. But you can also be a hacker if you want. You can just get us through, like, special doors we normally can't get through. Which I have a feeling is coming up in the next chapter. But that's, once again, that's not necessary. That's just, we'll get extra stuff. Either is going to be helpful in a different way. But, yeah, we got our stone scan. I'm pretty sure pretty good with what we got here. Okay. Let's get out of this.
Only the girl
hacker? You want to be a hacker? Okay, cool. I'll go for that then. I will make you the hacker. Alright, let's go. I forgot where running is. The R1. That's dodge. No. I don't know what R1 is. Or what run is. Is it L2? I don't know. Maybe it's not letting me run right now.
All the old trails are gone.
I can't remember. I play so many games, sometimes I forget which one's retreating army and because I want to hack Waylon's bank account and replace it all with crypto! Fair. Fair. And you'll be able to hack certain synthetic things coming up as well. So really, to be fair, that might be a good idea.
By the flames.
Oh wow, look at how messed up this place is. The perk that allows for more ammo and stacks for each team is the most on is a must. Oh yeah. Yeah, all of those little perks stack between your teams. You can really stack some really good supply. To be fair, it's really all just perks I've ever seen anyway. It's just the ammo and the tool packs and all that. I've never really seen much else. Other than the aim and stuff and the wider, the wider clip. Yeah, it allows you to salvage tons of stuff, yeah. Oh, whoa, somebody got messed up on that cliff. Hold on, I want to change something. I salvaged like 12 ammo and meds last mission. That is pretty good. Yeah, it's always good to get as much ammo and save it as you can and stock it up. Same thing, well, it's really, to be fair, any of them. Turrets you find, med packs, tools for sealing doors and repairing stuff and hacking things. Because you do need tools to hack stuff once you do use the hacker. But they can get through the special doors with those tools. So, they also can hack certain things later that are enemies and get the right setup or wound one enough, I'm pretty sure I've seen. They have to get a perk for it, I think. That's why I wanted to see which one we're going to go with. It's going to be interesting, though. I'm actually very excited. No, I want to add... Here. We're not going to do high potions for now. We're going to stop that. Looter is a must too. There's a looter one? Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'll definitely get that. Or if I find as a perk. Which way did they go? This way? Am I covering up the map? Hold on. No, I'm not. Okay, so face is fine where it is for now.
Did you hear that? Down there.
Oh?
So, Titan has knocked the fight out of our Ironblood friends. Where are the rest of them? That can't be the main host.
Wait. Our fortunes have turned, Sergeant. It's her.
The Dominant. Are you certain?
The Crystalline Orthodox is a backwards faith for a backwards people. In the Iron Kingdom, they teach that Dominants are unclean aberrations, born of blackest sin. Only their priests are allowed to perform the rites of priming. I see many.
We end this quickly.
Scott! Adion in here, Sagarid!
Is that our sister? Wow. They forced. Oh no. Boy, yeah, it's gonna be some Game of Thrones level cruelty, man, in this game.
What Alvation Naukin, Alan Scully asked.
So what's gonna happen when he realizes who she is? Is he gonna remember who she is? That's gotta be our sister, the one that was here holding the wolf.
Let this be the end.
That definitely looks like her. Pretty terrible to even have to fight my sister.
Avis, care to kill some Ironblood?
Gladly.
Yeah, I had a block.
Wyvern, you focus on the target.
Understood. It's over.
God, it's the order.
Fucking icons.
Icon? She's not even fully primed.
Yo, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Okay. Woo. Oh god. I need to go again. Oh god. Yeah, inappropriate, damn thing. That's his fist. Oh! I need to pause. I need to reassign my high potion because, there we go, that's better. Alright, let's get in there.
I will not
Get up!
let them
Oh, good. Okay, there we go. Start. I love how, by the way, the first 10 seconds into the stream I'm fighting a boss battle.
Finished.
Done. She was defeated. But wait a minute, does he not know? He can't tell? He can't tell that that's her? Wait, even worse, now he got the Magok 6B. Yeah, go. I don't know what that one is. I don't think I've seen that one.
Is she dead?
I don't think so.
Well, what are you waiting for?
There you go.
No, that's not you. Not here.
I'll bloody do it then.
Ooh.
Fuck.
Ooh. He's dead. Damn. That was a good shot, to be fair. Ah. Let's get her out of here. Come on.
What the hell are you doing?
Lord Ohinda Vedra!
Get your ass over here and help me with these bastards!
I'm sorry, Jill.
Name's Jill. Your name Chris? No, I'm kidding. Let's go. Time to take down these boys. The problem is I don't think our friend knows as well.
Dominant. I know her. Know her?
Look around you! Do you think any of these animals care? I need you here!
Don't worry, I'm here. Let's go. You do things you think that these guys don't have none on this. Come on. I'm freaking different, bro. Not a problem.
Now that that's done.
You're not gonna get her. See, that's the problem.
Ask you again, Wyvern.
See, here's the problem. You and I are probably gonna fight now because I am not killing her.
I can't. I won't.
You would betray the Holy Empire?
For my sister,
Betray?
absolutely.
I don't recall ever pledging allegiance to your Emperor. My service may have been bought with this brand, but not my loyalty. I just fight to survive.
Yeah, let's do this.
And
I
you
knew
think
that was
I
coming.
don't? The Empire will have our heads if we return empty-handed.
Sir, you
won't
have,
take hers.
you
I'll
have,
to take
what,
yours.
did you realize, do they know I'm a, do they not know I'm a
Dying
dominant?
today,
They must not know.
and neither is she.
Sir, this is not going well for you? Oh, okay. I love the classic Final Fantasy music, by the way. I haven't said much about it because I'm trying not to die in the fight, but you know.
Wyvern! Have you forgotten who plucked you from the front lines? Who trained you? Who gave you a name when you had none?
You speak as if we don't bear the same brand, Sergeant.
I've always had a name, and I've not forgotten it.
Still clinging to the past like a torn blanket.
Yeah, well, the past found me, sir, so I'm gonna defend it.
You will die, as you should have 13
I took out
years
my
ago.
brother accidentally, not knowing. I will defend my sister.
This time.
You're nothing. No one. And I will not fall by your hand.
I need to learn to press that faster.
Traitor
Damn it.
scum!
Oh my god, why isn't my dog working? Come on, bro.
Take your head.
Too slow.
By a traitor's blade.
Damn. Tiamat? What did that say? Good trying. Good luck trying to maneuver in full plate armor. Yeah, that's why they don't wear full plate armor. That's why it's Ted Farseer was making the joke. The land where breastplates were never invented. It's all about speed. And not getting chopped in the neck by an axe. Tiamat? Is he a Are we all dominants? We didn't kill him, so they, you know. Wounded, perhaps, but not killed. Oh boy. Maybe you should get her and run. Don't need to maneuver when you have protection. That's true. That is kind of the principle of it, to be fair. It is harder to dodge than, you know, just block. Oh, is this where we meet our friends? From the challenge? Challenge mode? Because that technically took place after all this. Well, if that's the case, it explains how we got the dog back. We're probably gonna go rescue it. Let me guess. This is the old man, right? I remember the name. It's Ramu. Lord of Lightning. Oh, the dog was with him, man. That dog abandoned us. What's up, big guy? They did make Sid, the carrier of Ramu, badass. Sid! Who was that?
Bloody wind. Well, come on then.
So the wolf's kind of like the Red 13 of this game. A big boy arrow would go through that armor, no problem, exactly. Zeus has come for your sister. Terrible, Clarker. Uncle Dad, that's good. I would not want that. She's not. It'd be worse for her than that would be, but yeah, bruh. That out of all of them, that's the worst one. Oh, hello! Look who's coming to join the party now. Now that we're finally picking up where we left off.
My proud desert lion. Would that you had taken care when chasing the hare? I expected more from the mighty Titan.
Says that even he can't impress her.
You put the Ice Queen on her back. No doubt. But you'll have to work harder if you're to claim this prize.
My lady, the thunder.
We'll be hearing more soon enough. You always were fucking snakes, Sid. Gather the men. We have work to do.
No, I love it. This gives him the more of it.
Jill. Is it really you?
We tried to attack her. You think she's gonna be too friendly if she wakes up right now? She's gonna try to freeze me. Knight armor wasn't designed to block a blow, it was more deflect the blow.
And who's this fine hound I see before me?
A fine hound who saved your life. That's who.
Oh. At least we finally get to,
Hey?
His name is Torgal.
You two acquainted? Well then, you won't mind taking him off my hands. Funny. I'd always pictured you as more the chocobo type. Clive Rosfield.
He knows who we are.
Come now. Fleet as flame, fierce as a wildfire. That there was the blessing of the Phoenix. I'd heard rumors that you'd survived, but I never paid them much heed. Calm down. I didn't come all this way for your handsome mug. Now her, on the other hand, she seemed worth muddying my boots for.
Well, it fits in its own way. I've actually seen people who kind of sound like that with that voice, but I think it works pretty well. I do like his
might be best to
character.
get a second opinion.
It is a little young. Like, I think he needs to be a little
Back her
older.
up.
Like, the model needs to be a little older, make him sound older.
Not another step. I mean it.
Well, I'm not about to leave her here. Not one with a warm bed waiting. It's all right.
It's Hodor! It's literally, this is Game of Thrones Final Fantasy.
You're
It
welcome
even
to
has its
join
own
us.
Hodor.
You do want to help it.
We're basically the Starks.
Sid, if we aren't back soon, Nan'll have our heads.
Especially the very late 15th, the early 16th plate Maximilian armor.
I'll explain everything once we're back at the hideaway. Come on.
Alright, Ramu, aka Sid. Alright, Torgal, let's go. Welcome to the pod of Torgal. I gotta know how to command him. That's something else I don't know what it was doing. I don't know if it was automatically doing certain combos with Torgal. They hasn't taught me how to play with Torgal yet, so we'll see. Hey! Final Fantasy VII World Map's back. Clive, okay. Because his boys haven't dropped yet, damn thing. Wow. The voice says otherwise, but yeah, I will say the body model says what Farsi said. Look at this, cool. I love this map. It's beautiful. Ah, these must be the crystals. Oh. Can I zoom out? Hold on. So there's a blue, a purple, a red. Is it just the 4? What is this one, though? What is this one? That one, or used to be one? It almost looks like it's an orange one, but it's not tall. It's like a volcano version. Because there's 4 that we can easily see. Blue, teal, purple, red. Red, I assume, was ours. I'm not sure. Could be Titans now. Maybe the kingdom that Titan is in is who took over our land. I don't know. Let's go to the hideaway. If that's how deep his voice is and his balls have been dropped, what's gonna happen when they do? His voice is gonna be like... will be the brown noise out. Yeah, it'll be like...
Almost further now.
He'll sound like...
But we're in the middle
He'll
of
sound
the
like a
Deadlands.
constant metal person
Nah,
singing.
you. The blight
Like,
sucked
he'll
this place
just talk
dry.
and he'll sound like a metal
Meaning
person.
no trees, no birds, and no magic. But it also means no neighbors.
The last place anyone would think to look.
Home sweet home.
Great, it's a cave. Good job, Sid. Hope you got this place pimped out. This gives off temple vibes from Final Fantasy X. Just want to say, this is a temple.
This place. These are fallen ruins.
Well,
Called it.
we didn't think they'd mind. And it keeps the black from our lungs.
But how do you survive?
Saying
without
that's a
magic?
fancy game. Yeah, this is clearly a summoning
How does anyone?
temple.
Hard work.
I rated
good
2 out of
enough.
5 on
Unless
TripAdvisor.
we're starving. We grow them here.
It's
Little
not
girl,
terrible, but you know,
Suit yourself.
it's not a castle.
You're back.
Ah, Zarya.
And this is the Dominant.
Out cold since we found her.
God damn.
I was hoping you might give her a look over.
All right. Goots, get her upstairs.
But none will...
Don't fret about Karen. I've taken care of her fee.
All of it?
She's the best healer this side of the belt. You've nothing to worry about.
You know with red hair.
Have a look around. I'll be my soul.
It's a wolf. Hideaway. That's a terrible name. Pressing the touchpad opens a detailed map of your current area. Main scenario destinations are marked with this icon. Speak with Sid in his chambers. Sid, I don't know you that well. I'm just kidding. Oh, hello there, Fat Chocobo. I wonder what that is. We'll go check that out in a minute. See, now we're going to go on exploration mode, because now I'm in Final Fantasy VII. Let's find out what this map and place looks like and feels like. Now we're going to do a true TripAdvisor review. And wolves are friggin' huge. Oh yeah, that's basically a dire wolf. All dogs are technically wolves. That's true too, to be fair. Neither of you were wrong. The wild ads, but there's no one to talk to yet. Okay. You look like a blacksmith. Yes? Okay, can't talk to him yet. Storeroom. The cells. The dungeons down here. I gotta see what's down here. Got somebody in there? Oh, it looks like there's some people in the dungeon too. All wolves are basically tail bears. Tail bears? Tall bears? I mean, what? I'm confused.
Another newcomer. You mind the rules round here, or our next chat will be through the bars. Another newcomer. You mind the rules round here, or our next chat will be through the bars.
Okay. The faucets. Can we talk to everybody, or is it just certain people? No, you don't have a bubble. Certain people. That is convenient. Having just like a fresh, clean, fresh water sort of, like almost like I would say originally maybe it would have been a sewage pipe, but maybe it's just a drain pipe. But the fact that this has standing water and they can just use this and it keeps going, that's really lucky. This place is almost too good. No, I'm just kidding. Giving it a 1 out of 5 because it's not real. No, I'm just kidding.
Floor's all mended then. It'll hold for now.
The writer's strike is showing its head in this game. Yeah, maybe a little bit. That could have just been Final Fantasy. You see how much money they spent on the graphics? I mean, look at that fight during the demo with Titan and Shiva. And the fight we had to do against, basically Valfor, aka Phoenix. I don't know if they had the budget for higher ranks. At least not for every character. Plus all the voice acting and all that they went with. Like, look at this. This is a beautiful place. To be fair, I'd probably live here. I'm just one of those crazy people. Like, I'd live in a place like this. Like, if it had enough places where I could... And accessibility for wheelchairs could sound terrible. I'd live there. Yeah, we're gonna go there. I saw that on the map. We're gonna see what that is.
Once told me, the blight doesn't kill the land. It only makes her forget who she once was. She'll eventually remember her purpose. All she needs is a little reminding.
So is Gaia one of the summoned spirits or the dominants?
Sid once told me, the blight doesn't kill the land. It only makes her forget who she once was. She'll eventually remember her purpose. All she needs is a little reminding.
So let's go check the bunks in the infirmary. Well, let's just hope this doesn't end up like the elevator operator's strike.
Your brand.
That's such a
Lady
weird
Tyre
strike.
might be able to see to that. You may have been born a slave, but you're a free man now.
Oh, that's what the scar on her face must be. She removed it.
Leave me be.
Not until you've had your medicine.
Where? Ah, it's close, so we can't go see.
These apples are all foul.
I suppose I'll be needing
Yeah, it's like, right, it's like, these apples all are rotten. It's like, would you rather not eat? We ain't exactly, you know.
I reckon he's a soldier then.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't.
Oh, it's a bar. The Fat Chocobo bar. We need DJ music robots in here like in Star Wars. No, I'm just kidding. I'm surprised they didn't call it the Big Bone Chocobo. No, old elevators used to require it. I remember that, but I'm just like, there's a strike for that? Controlling to move it, but when the strike happened, they made them all automated. Oh, you mean AI? I see what you mean now. That is a good point, but that is... I thought you meant literally there is a elevator operator strike going on. I'm like...
If you can read, don't let Otto
But I get, that makes sense.
We'll put you to work on the ledgers too.
Basically tell him you're dumb, so you don't have to deal with that.
Most concerning.
I do like they did get the ambience voices in here, like having like people talk as you go by. It doesn't look like we can interact with the Fat Chocobo yet. It is basically an inn/bar. Let's go up to our objective. Oh, a bard.
When lightning
The
struck
spoony
his
bard.
yoke did break, his life his own again. With thunder's roll he knew his fate and would fight it to the end.
Look at that face design. Hold on, let's zoom in on this.
What do you think? I woke this morn inspired.
Kuja, you have been demoted heavily. He's now just a bard in a bar. I don't know who that is from the previous Final Fantasies. Also kind of looks like Seymour Guado, so also got demoted after his spout thinking, "Fuel is mine!" Got fired as an elf and sent to be a bard. The Fat Chocobo was a letdown. What other Hey, at least the bard's someone we know. And he actually can quite sing. That's being an elf. It's cheating. I'm just kidding. Where's the Chocobo Deathmatch arenas? This is before that time. Plus, it probably would have been still happening by now if my kingdom had survived. Anyway. Alright, it'll probably get... Which one bets it's going to be one of those things. We're going to make this place better overall, story-wise. But hopefully it doesn't get a plate dropped on it. It'll be alright.
Careful, you. I've spent the whole morning on these steps.
That's just a shortcut. Alright, well, we can't go into the infirmary. Alright, well, I got too close for the door to be open. Little known fact, chat, doors can't be opened if you're 2 feet away.
Just working on a pet project of mine. Though she's not above biting the hand that feeds her.
We'll see those soon enough, I bet. They're gonna wait till a terrible scene happens
Right.
and then have a
I was
bunch of
hoping
them
we might
out
try
of
and
the
solve the
woodwork,
mystery of poor
and we're
Clyde
just gonna have to watch
Rossfield.
them get Game of Thrones.
A bearer of the Sambrequa Imperial Army sent behind enemy lines.
Oh my god.
With orders to wait until it turned into
Curse
a brawl.
this damn king. See, that
then
second
slit
one
the
sounds
dominant's
plausible.
throat in the chaos.
I didn't know it was her. How could it be?
And so, to save her neck, you slit your sergeants, then set your sights on the hills. Conveniently forgetting how the Empire deals with deserters. Because with that on your chop, my friend, we both know you won't be getting far. You've fallen a long way, Lord Rossfield. I'll not have it said that I'm a poor host.
What do you mean to do with her?
Do with her? Why,
I
nothing.
remember all those
Her life
cards
is
you
her
cut
own
down
now.
in 7. I do.
If I wanted to use her, do you think I'd be talking to you? All I want to do is help. Dominants like her, branded like you.
Technically, I'm a dominant as well, it's just they don't realize it. So nobody knows what happened that day except us and select few. Although the size of that meter, I'd say it was more of a small move.
Help. From branded who know one end of a sword from the other. What say you, Clive? Will you join us?
I mean, if it means helping your sister, why not?
Sid, was it? I trust that you'll do right by Jill. But until my brother is avenged, I must walk my own path.
See, that's the scary part about that. What happens when he finds out he killed him?
My brother was murdered by a second dominant of fire.
Phoenix's evil twin. Oh, bugger me. Another rumor proven true.
I only stand here today because of Joshua. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I've slept in filth, drunk from a gutter, killed more men than I can count. You're right. The Empire will not suffer a deserter. This will be my best opportunity. My last.
Which is why you should join us.
I told you I'm not
interested, I know. One of my scouts sent word there's a group of branded fugitives north of here.
I read that.
In the
I can't
Imperial village of Lostwick.
let this cutscene go, but
among them is one he believes to be a dominant of fire.
Is he certain?
Holy Christ.
What say we go and ask him?
This doesn't mean I'm joining you.
Even though I'm gonna drink your wine.
Let's make ready then.
Also, beautiful owl.
You'll find everything you need down in the main hall, as well as a few things you don't. Have fun.
Alright. Good. Visit the main hall. Alright. Clearly, Tifa's the real villain part here. It's messed up.
The dominant needs her rest. I'll see she's not disturbed.
Alright, well, we already checked out the Fat Chocobo. It's probably going to take us there anyways. Let's head to the main hall and see what's happening. See what parties are going on. Well, there's our, I don't know what to call him yet. I haven't seen a name. Hodor?
Oh no.
Oh god. No, no, it's okay, bud.
Perhaps you can help.
Votes.
Sid asked me to make ready for our mission. How does one go about that here?
Well, there's old Nan's place. On second thoughts, you maybe want to see Blackthorn first.
Blacksmith?
A blacksmith? To the forge it is then.
She ruins them with hospital bills. Could just flat out ruin them.
You'll be needing this.
Could just flat out ruin them.
Blackthorn won't take no notice of you otherwise. Might not anyway.
She started a theory against the people of Midgard. Oh man, I both love and hate what she's doing. No, I'm just kidding. Well, let me read what Tarsier originally said. So she said, okay, calculating how many families put in financial ruin to funeral costs using that big sword of clouds. I'm gonna add that literally. I mean, she's punching them. He's cutting them in half. It's like the amount of widows that went, want Cloud dead and the number of oh goodness, God. We really do need to finish 7 when the new one the second part gets a little closer.
The forge is down the end. Just follow the sound of Blackthorn's hammer.
Oh, this will probably get me back into doing that. To be fair, once we beat this, I'll probably just go ahead and do that. And just do 7 in the background. So we could beat it as well. Get ready for the second pop. Alright, let's head to the blacksmith. And then of course Tifa, she's just Batman. She breaks a lot of bones and sends people to the hospital. And also, like Tab Kick says, starts terror campaigns against Midgard. Oh man. Tab Kick's turning into J. Jonah Jameson for Tifa. Tifa even involved Barrett's kids in it. Oh, she is a monster. With, oh my god. Yeah, yep, Tapcase becomes J. Jonah Jameson.
Are you Blackthorn?
What if I am? I've no time for idle chatter.
I'm not here to talk. I'll be accompanying Sitter Lostwing, and I need you to see to my equipment.
You could be accompanying the goddess Krieger to a holy bedchamber for all I care. I'm not lifting a finger for you.
Is that so?
I just happen to have this? So this guy won't do anything unless I get him fine rum. Where's the rum at? It's Jack Sparrow. It's Jack Sparrow on a bad day. Not to mention the millions of dollars worth of equipment you probably damaged. Put that in the news. Strokes mustache. So apparently this guy needs rum to be a blacksmith. I guess.
Do you want that or
I
not?
wasn't expecting that.
I can take it back.
Oh, damn you, Goots.
Hey, oh, that goats gave me that.
All
Goots.
right.
The goots
No
are
need
goats.
to be hasty. Let's have a look at you. I doubt that lot could stay a Moogle's fart.
Moogle's confirmed.
They'd rather see their bearers dead than kitted out properly.
In the best way possible.
I'll do what I can, as a favor to Goot's mind.
Goots. The crafting of new gear as well as upgrading of existing gear can be done at the blacksmith, as long as you have the recipe and the proper materials. Select a highlighted item from the list and hold X to craft it. This would be better than mine. Do I have it? I happen to have just enough. It wants me to make this is what it is. Equip newly crafted gear, yes.
And the belt, Caesar Square. You want anything else, you bring your own materials.
Gotcha.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank you.
A word of advice. Don't let Sid decide what's best for you.
Nah. Thanks, big guy. Notices. When something has changed in the hideaway, a notice will appear in the upper right-hand corner. Wow, I can't see that. My face is in the right-hand corner of the screen. In addition to stock updates for Charon's Toll and new forging recipe for Black Hammer. There are also notices for new quests, new missives, and many other things. A circle gold icon will also appear in game as well on the local map to indicate recent updates. Clive be huffing Moogle farts and sipping Moogle bathwater tea. Hashtag Sephiroth did nothing wrong! And see, now I just want to play 7 just because now I want to kind of run with this running joke. Just pretend that we're the bad guys the whole game. Oh, God. That's going to be great when the second part comes out. We get to see Nibelheim. I can't wait to see what oh, that gets handled. It's going to be fantastic. Gosh. We don't see that one-winged fallen angels selling out orphanages and bringing billions to the funeral. Well, He was gonna blow up the planet, though. He was gonna erase everyone and write people in his image, though. Technically. He just didn't do good at doing it. Cloud is no, here's the scarier thing. It's not that he's a good guy, it's that Cloud is just a better villain. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, alright. Let's...
I suppose I should think
continue on. Oh, see, luckily it appears above their heads, too, so it tells me they have updates. 789 is on PS Extra. A stream going over the oldies would be fun. Well, I was talking about the remake, like, finishing, like, the remake, since we didn't get to beat the first part and finish it. Although playing 8 and 9 would be fun. I do miss 8 and 9. And since they didn't get through remakes, like the others have, I wouldn't mind. Like, I wouldn't mind playing 8 and 9. Very hard games, though. 9's a little easier, 8 is terribly hard. Ask about Blackthorn.
But I ain't the cook, am I?
So if you tasted Kenneth Brown, I might as well be. Look, Sid needed a smith, and I needed a smithy. Call it a marriage of convenience. Doesn't hurt that the forge sear is the hottest this side of the hell. Or that it works without magic. I won't have no bearer suffering for me.
You got anything needs repairing?
You got anything that needs repairing or retooling? You bring it here, along with your own materials and any scraps left over I keep. Right? Did you see the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo where they recreated? I did see that. I wish they'd do that. Oh, did you see the Unreal Tech demo I sent you in chat in the Guardian Core? I put a very special, like, proof of concept of something that's coming back from the dead. Once again, another piece of my childhood has just, decided, hi! How you doing? I'm here. Welcome. It's like, oh, well, it's you I didn't expect. And it's like, it quite surprised me. I put it in chat to watch it. It's an Unreal 5 engine proof of concept for basically the recreation of a certain franchise. Yes. And they redid all the characters, but it looks really good. It looks really good. I don't think it'll be a sequel if it gets done. I doubt it. That might be just a redo entirely, but if it is a sequel, then I did notice some things that could make it a sequel, but I don't know. They don't. I don't think they could pay for them, so they changed it. They went with a different commander. The commander looks like Jane, like one of my creations. Like, it looks like a character I make, but with silver and white hair. It's basically Genera as a commander now. But I did notice the big minigun guy. You remember the heavy dude, the heavy artillery guy from the first movie? I do think he's still around, and I think Doc is still around. The medic guy? Maybe even Sniper Boy, because it looks like he's got dual-wielding pistols now. So it might be that the only one that literally maybe didn't make it back, if they do this, it's only a proof of concept. None of them had voices, so they may still make Tommy Lee Jones one of the characters if this ever became a real movie. That's if. I'm actually kind of wanting it to be a game. Part of me kind of looked at it and went, you know what? As much as this would be a cool movie, I don't know if it would beat the original because of Tommy Lee Jones. Yes, but they changed them now. They're called the Necronites now. Because they're trying, I do think it's a redo, is what it is. Unless it's some sort of Evolve sequel, or it turns out to be a Evolve sequel. That's why it's a proof of concept right now. It's nothing official at the moment. But the feeling of it, they captured the feeling of it really well. Like, really, really well. In the short little trailer they did. Also, Champ King needs to explain himself on his illegal Moogle sweatshop making his top hats. Apparently.
So, what'll it be?
It's kind of hilarious, I don't know why. So I need Y-Right, which I only have 27 out of 30. And then I could make me a broadsword 1 and get a better sword. I can also make iron bracers right now if I wanted to be tankier. But y'all know I love me some damage, so I'm gonna wait and make the broadsword. Top hats is the only tip of the iceberg. It's only the tip of the iceberg, person. Wait. Oh. Wait, don't I have a broadsword? I made Moogle burgers a thing. Oh god. Oh god. It's it's like no. Those poor Moogles. They had no idea what happened. Fly by this. Okay, so we'll just do that. We can reinforce it and we can get it and reinforce it and make it stronger. Okay. And we'll get better stagger if we do that. Okay.
Anything else?
Not right now. Okay. Full game is not up there. Even have 5 Moogle strip/burger clubs. No! And Nick Garlow. Oh my god, that sounds terrible, dude. That sounds like scary to have a Moogle. That first one in the Slash scares me. And even as a Slanesh, I'm like, Moogles? What? What's happening? Goose, I did it.
The gift worked. You have my thanks.
Come on, nearly there. You, blankets, quick as you like. All right, we make 'em comfortable while the bed's made up. Well, you just gonna stand there? Someone fetch some water.
I'll get the bucket. You go and see if Otto needs out, eh?
Wait, me? What the hell have I got myself into?
Quick as you like is a strange saying. It is,
Who are
right?
they?
Huh?
Because it's like, take your time, basically. Here, he's just dying. It's okay. You can take your time.
Shit, at this rate, he won't make it through the night. Think you can find your way up them stairs to the infirmary? We need Taya. Well, go on. Shift your ass.
Was Taya the one looking after Jill?
She is, yes. Let's go meet her. Oh.
Your friend needs her rest. There'll be time for tearful reunions once she's recovered.
I'm not here for Jill. You're wanted downstairs. There are injured bearers in need of attention.
Well, why didn't you say so?
You were... I did.
I did say so.
But, you know. Be a proper medieval doctor or not and drain his blood. I agree. Don't worry, Gennaro will do it for us. Paging Dr. Gennaro.
He's going to be all right. But I'll need to examine them both in the infirmary.
Literally is. It's just Juno with red hair.
My work's just begun.
That's scary. Doesn't scream urgency as much as they say, get a damn doctor now, LOL. Yes, go get the doctor quick as you like.
Day at the hideaway.
Do many of the bearers who come here arrive in this state?
It's no easy thing, casting off your chains.
Mm.
By the time most pluck up the courage, they're already too far gone. These two here are the lucky ones. The name's Otto. You need anything? You ask me.
Well, Otto, I do need some supplies.
Yeah, I need to find where to buy potions and stuff.
Then Lady Karen over there will be more than happy to help you.
To be fair, I'd rather just buy a buttload of high potions.
Oh.
But, you know.
And thanks. Be seeing you.
Not likely. I won't be staying.
Is that right? Well, for as long as you are here, consider yourself welcome. You helped us today, and we won't forget it.
Side quest unlocked. Well, now my life is gone, chat. I'm just kidding. Keep an eye out for green icons above the heads of certain NPCs. They indicate that they have a quest for you. A list of current and completed quests can be viewed in the journal. After accepting a quest objectives will appear in the to-do list located on the right side of the screen. Objectives for the main scenario look like this, and up to 3 side quests can be displayed simultaneously. Any quest can be prioritized in the Journal tab in the main menu by highlighting it and pressing X. Objectives for prioritized quests will remain displayed in the to-do list until the quest is completed or another quest is given priority. Priority status for a quest can be removed by highlighting and pressing X again. We're gonna fight Darius and War Thunder, and the tanky, he has got a laser rangefinder. Ah, nice. Nice. I can't wait to have one at a lower tier. Like not just my XM1. I so want me a laser rangefinder. I know I'm getting some sort of new rangefinder on my M48, but I'm not sure if that's what it is or not. And it's a big map. Yeah, don't be out in the open. He's just gonna snap shoot. Snap bow. I do love it. Like I said, I did try it a little bit. I did kind of terrible in the beginning because I wasn't sure how it worked until I played with it once or twice. I was like, oh, I see. But yeah, definitely don't be out in the open. Use lots of cover or trees or bushes or things that help you not be seen, or you will die. Wouldn't that rangefinder give your position away? Well, I mean, you don't really see a real laser, right? Like, real lasers aren't technically visible. And it's the AI. Since it's technically the modern version, it does actually turn the turret somewhat for you as well. The enemy can use optics that that's true, yeah, but that's not in the game though. Unless night vision. Actually, I wonder if it does do that. I've never tried that. I need to turn my night vision on during that. But have you ever tried turning night vision on, Farseer? Like your thermal. You might see it in the thermal. Yeah, or your night vision, yeah. Realistically, NVD is supposed to be able to see that. Yeah, but it having thermal, that's fine. That'll make it harder to hide in trees, but that'd scare me more than the laser would. But that I've never tried because I've never played with the lasers enough and been around them enough. I have to see that. I'll be kind of a huge miss out on War Thunder's half if you cannot see the laser in night vision mode. That should tell you that he's looking through it and trying to find you. So that way you can, because then it actually gives his position away. So then it would actually balance it out. Not a lot of people, I don't even think, use night vision in War Thunder because there's not a lot of night maps. Most of the maps are in the daytime. So half the time the NVD kind of hurts you because it's so bright. But oh well. If they didn't do that, that's kind of silly, but I've never tried it. The following hideaway facilities are now available. The 1,000 Tomes, an ever-growing compendium of all things Valicia, the Orchestrion, a personal jukebox for songs collected throughout the game. I don't think you can because I have seen a 9.0 and 10.0 big maps, right? In real life, the laser rangefinder would only be used just before you shoot. Yeah. Although, once again, Farseer, that doesn't mean anything. Just seeing a giant battle that took place in a large field, you know how average, you'd be surprised by human logic, how many people don't use their NVD. Because War Thunder doesn't really promote that kind of stuff. This has always been my qualm with them, like we said, with objectives. They don't promote the use of all the tools in the game. They really don't. But yeah, they're going to be accurate because of the laser finders, but that's really what the NVD is supposed to counter. That's to show you where the laser finders are, so you can get rid of them early. But once again, I'll try it out. I'll use my NVD. I have it on my, or I will have it after I earn some money, on my M48 soon. Yeah, night maps would be fun. I do not understand why there's not any real night maps, like truly dark night maps on War Thunder. It would actually promote people using the NVD, and then that would actually show if the lasers really do show up. Because if it does, and people figured it out like that accidentally, they would go, oh, crap. We could see this whole time? Because I do think that's a lot of it. I do think it's just people just got too much into a trend. War Thunder's been around for so long that it's just, a lot of people just do what the meta says and nothing else. They do have that rangefinder at 9.0. That's why I'm saying NVD at that rank would be hella important. Because night vision would allow you to see who's got theirs turned on and who doesn't. So that way you can tell who's trying to look for someone and pop them, because you'll get to see where the laser's coming from. Or you'll get to see the ones who aren't looking around with their laser and aren't going to make as good a shot. It's a good way, like I said, it's a good way to do that. And then the smart players eventually would start learning, don't use your laser until you're going to take the shot to see what your range is, so you don't get detected too quickly. But yeah, I'll try it out when I get a chance to see if I do see any lasers out there with MVD. Let's see, both are located in the Hideaway's eatery, the Fat Chocobo. That makes sense. Thermals are also common in the higher tier. Yeah, thermal could see it too, probably, but I do think you'd have an easier time seeing the laser in the MVD. But the thermal should be able to see it as well. They'll see it a little differently. You won't be looking for the same way it looks. But you should still see it on that too. Plus, a thermal would also be nice for night maps as well. But both are located in the Fat Chocobo. Can be found on local map by pressing text.
Who are these people?
Don't be mean, Clive. Clive needs to learn how to be a people person again.
I heard they escaped their masters in the Imperial capital. By the look of those bruises.
You another one of Sid's strays? What? We all are. Little uns, big uns.
Yeah, that's why MVD. That's why I think a lot of people don't use it, is because it is super bright on the majority of the maps. Because a lot of the maps are just bright ass sun. There are a couple afternoon and dusk, like midday maps. Those are really good with it. I do use it sometimes on that, but my problem is I forget I even have it half the time.
Sid once told me, the Blight doesn't kill the land, it only makes her forget who she once was. She'll eventually
So I say Jocelyn?
Damn it. We'll be needing more wood. But if I step away to fetch any, this lot will be down around our ears. Ah, you there. Perfect timing. I couldn't persuade you to fetch me some timber, could I?
Make do to the men. Yeah, I'd be happy to.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. You'll be helping me and the hideaway both. Takes a lot of work to keep this place standing. More than we can manage, if I'm honest.
Night battles are a thing, but everyone acts like nervous Nellies. I've never seen a night battle. I've played hundreds of battles, and I have never been on a night battle except maybe, I would say maybe once ever. There's probably only one map that actually has proper night.
Harvest now, can we?
At least that I've ever seen.
No, I suppose not. All right, where can I find this wood?
Ask over at the White Ads.
Okay.
They'll point you in the right direction.
Gotcha.
Thanks again. I really appreciate the help.
Alright, so we'll go talk to the White Ads. Quest accepted! Prioritize quest. That's cool, you can do that when it pops up. I did, and people were barely rushing. Well, I mean, in that map, you really do kind of want to snipe. Like, that's one of those maps that's where laser finding and night vision are like king of the castle. Like, you want to use both of those tools to really fight in the dark.
Excuse me. The man working over by the garden sent me to fetch some wood.
Ah, that'll be Jeffrey, master carpenter. Luck would have it, we've just finished cutting the timber he's after.
Jeffrey's spelled with a J.
You take as much as you need from the stack.
I'll accept it.
Thank you.
No, not at all. We appreciate the assistance.
Here we are. I'd better
You
get
just
this
touch
timber.
the planks gently.
Jeffrey, was it?
If I touch the planks gently, I'll put them in my inventory. I know that they don't need animations for that. I'm just being
Oh, you're
Joffrey,
back.
I brought your
Hope
wood.
Fetching that wood wasn't too much trouble.
It was not. Some tanks didn't have NVD's research, so they stayed close together.
This will do nicely.
I always
Thank
have
you.
it.
With a bit of luck, the
Even
walls
though
won't
I
be
sadly
falling in
don't
on
get
us
to do many
just
night
yet.
battles. I actually would
That
prefer
sounds
night battles
ominous.
than Germans. These Germans are scary night battle
Oh,
tanks.
it's not as bad as all that. It's
So,
a damn sight better than the alternative. We're safe, we're warm, and we're hidden. What more could we ask for? Now stop fretting and take this. You've earned it. Welcome to the fold.
There's no need to...
That's not a matter of need, my friend. You're one of us.
that's true. Sometimes you could have too many animations. Yeah. Especially depending on the game. A game like this doesn't need mundane animations of him picking up the wood and walking all the way to the dude. That's like Death Stranding levels of animation, along with if you want to do like simulators, like farming sims and stuff like that. I do think those kinds of things need a lot of animation. That is a good example. Red Dead is a good example. The animations are amazing, but they get very mundane fast, and they get in the way. Sometimes those animations in some faster-paced games where you're meant to be quick get you killed. Like trying to meander over a fence realistically. So it's like... Yo, welcome, Nathan. Yes, yeah, we're talking about Red Dead Redemption, but we're also talking about too many animations in a video game, depending on the game, can hurt it. A farming sim game and games like that, like simulator games, I do think the animations in those games need to be super detailed. But games like Final Fantasy here and stuff, not really. The animations need to be focused on combat.
I heard they escaped their masters in the Imperial camp.
Well, I'm off to die to a modern Magog. Well, good luck, Farseer. Shoot it with rockets. Break the ERA off first and then kill it. But no, good luck, Farseer. Hope you win. Tell Darius to miss. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I hope y'all have a fun battle, though. Let's talk to the kitchen. Apparently they need my aid as well.
Ah, a new face. And
I'll pray to the steel gods for you, Farseers. What
the fat
Tempting said.
chocobo is a
Pray to Titan.
mistress, and we are too few to keep her on her feet. Might I persuade you to deliver a meal or two to souls in need of sustenance?
Absolutely.
For your trouble, I can offer you the contents of my strongbox and my enduring gratitude.
Okay. Alright.
I don't see why not.
All I have is an Object
And who
120
exactly
versus
do I
an
have the
ERA
honor of
Magog with a
addressing?
laser rangefinder and thermals. Like I said,
Delighted
try
to
it.
make
If
your
you have
acquaintance,
night
Clive.
vision, try your
I'm
night
Kenneth,
vision.
and mine are the weary
If you
shoulders
have
upon
it.
which the
See if
weight
that
of this
works. I don't
fine
remember if the
establishment
object has
rests.
that or not.
Now, I have 3 hungry
That
customers
stew
awaiting
looks
their
tasty,
victuals.
it does.
Take these if you would, and
I have
be
seen this
careful.
men in
They're
Fortnite before. This man, oh, you mean this guy? It's probably someone similar. I don't think he's in Fortnite yet. Everyone's in Fortnite, technically, character-wise, but...
Oh, meal. How long has it been?
At some point, he'll probably will be. Japanese devs love their food assets. They do. They make them look too good. Makes me hungry, man. I'm probably gonna have to eat before I do my alien stream later. Alright, let's deliver the... Hey, we became a waiter! Sir, I brought your meal.
Your food.
Monster Hunter had good looking food as well. Oh, yeah, I love Monster Hunter has the king of good looking food. I love it.
You're new, aren't you?
Even the little fun looking candy things look good.
Old rascal.
And Rise.
He did say he'd give me something for my trouble.
And so he should. We're not slaves anymore. Well met, lad. And keep on
FF15 had restaurant quality food. That's true, it did. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh, that was my favorite. Now I take it back. 15 had the
think he'd have
best.
time for a nip with old August before scampering back to his solar, but no.
Here's your food, sir. What's cool is I play games like this too. Like I play a bartender
My thanks.
or
I hope you do not think me lazy for waiting to be served like a lord. Only my former master did not use me kindly, you see. He left me half lame, truth be told. But Sid took me in nonetheless.
Yeah, this Joffrey level cruelty.
The hideaway is the home I never knew, and a mighty fine one at that.
We got one more upstairs. I'm coming, sir. I got your food, sir. Not spilling it at all while running, sir. Here we go. Your food, sir.
Well. There's so much more to farming than just seeds and soil.
Yeah?
Your food.
Just a moment. I need to finish this. I won't be a burden. I'm of no use to anyone as I am, but maybe if I can master this.
All right, but see that you eat it before it gets cold.
Of course. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
That's the last one.
Let's go talk
I'd better let Kenneth know.
Ah, so yeah, these are the compendiums. Oh.
If you can read, don't let Otto know. We'll
let's talk to Otto.
Next time you're in, first round's on the ass.
Okay.
All done, I presume? Splendid.
They were bearers. All three of them. Not slaves waiting upon their master's pleasure, but men waiting to be fed like equals.
Indeed. Equality is the very cornerstone upon which our little community is founded.
If you don't finish, you can't get any
Beyond
pudding.
these walls, we are scorned as slaves. Speaking only
This
when
is,
spoken to,
hold on,
eating
I'll tell
only
you in a
what
minute.
scraps
Let
our
him finish
masters
talking.
deign to give us. The first hot meal here is the first many will have known. In the hideaway, we are free. Truly free to speak as we please, when we please, and to eat what and when we desire. More than reason enough to trust in Sid's vision, wouldn't you say? Now,
Sid's
I
always
promised you something
the
for your
guy
trouble,
helping
did I
people in
not?
every game.
The contents of my strongbox are yours to do with as you will. Thank you, Clive. Do come and visit me again, won't you?
Quest complete. Alright, almost leveled up again. We're getting actually pretty good gold for the beginning, so if we have to buy any potions, we have least... Oh! Yes! We got Wirelight for that! Now we can upgrade our sword, chat. Beautiful. And I get to open up this chest. Countless treasure coffers lie across the realm, just waiting to be plundered. If you find one, don't hesitate to kick it open with X and reap its bounty. Go on, no one's looking. Everyone's looking. But for some reason in video game world, no one cares when you take all their stuff. But anyways. Oh yeah, but back to the question Nathan was asking. What is this game? This is Final Fantasy 16. It's basically a mythical fantasy medieval story based in the Final Fantasy universe. where we're a guy who used to be a part of a kingdom who was betrayed and his family killed and destroyed. It is part revenge, I will say that. It does have a revenge story to it. But, who destroyed our kingdom and killed our father and forced us to change into a giant fiery demon by the name of Ifrit and accidentally kill our brother who's a giant phoenix. That part's the fantasy part. But you'll see that as we go forward, because we're something called a dominant. Our character don't know that yet, but dominants are humans who bear these creatures who they can transform into. Giant, like, mythical, crazy, godlike creatures. And then, of course, there's the Game of Thrones medieval part of the fantasy lore and the game, and all the characters you run into and stuff like that. The girl we saved at the beginning of the stream, who is Shiva, the Ice Queen, dominant, she is our sister, so...
The Ironblood were quick to
But this is basically a medieval fantasy game. Let's see what music we got in the jukebox before we move on. Background music played in the hideaways can be changed by accessing the orchestrion, or the orchestrion. The track listed is expanded using the orchestrion roles acquired for the from the main scenario quests, shops, or treasure coffers. So just like 7. Where the heart is. Let's see. I do love Final Fantasy music. It is one of the most peaceful but yet epic music styles ever. We only have 2. That's a very peaceful one. We're gonna leave it on this one though. Your information really explains a lot of things. Oh, no problem.
Well, he's not out
I try my
chasing
best
rumors,
when I'm
sits up there in that
trying to
hole of
explain
his,
what a game's
brooding.
doing. Let's check up top here. We've got our archive up here to check the files of what's going on in the world. The Wizened Man.
Yours is not a familiar face. Are you new to the hideaway, perchance?
You could say that.
Well then, allow me to welcome you. I am Harpocrates II Hyperboreus.
That's,
Hippocrates.
Quite a mouthful, I know. Which is why everyone here has taken to calling me simply Tomes, on account of the company I keep. And what varied company. I'm a collector, you see. Not of bijou and baubles, but of stories. The history and culture of these isles have ever been a source of endless fascination to me. But alas, my days of wandering the realm in search of new tales are far behind me. And so I've taken to sharing that which I've gathered with all who might listen. Perhaps you would care to listen.
Stay a while and listen. Sorry, Diablo reference. Ask about Hippocrates.
When I was very young...
Oh, I have to read this one, okay. So not all of it's voice acted. When I was very young, I lived beyond these shores. My father would read to me every night from the only book we had, A History of Valencia, by Moss the Chronicler. So enchanted was I by this realm of myth and magic, that when I was of age, I enlisted as a deckhand on the merchant galley, that I might see it with my own eyes.
Yet, when I arrived...
what I found was a land of war and suffering, darkened by blight and the evil in men's hearts. Still, I was determined to follow the footsteps of Moss and record what I could, and so I did, in all manner of places and on all manner of roles, until my aging legs could carry me no longer.
Fortunately,
Sid found me by the roadside, so to speak, and offered me a place here where I might continue my studies, albeit without the wandering. This is just Old Man James, it's the Wanderer. This is Zeech secretly. Let's check the tomes.
I have compiled some new entries.
The 1,000 Tomes is a comprehensive compendium of Valencia lore covering everything from the basic terms to important persons, geography, and history. New information is constantly added as Clive progresses through the story. Past active time lore entries can also be viewed here.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Clive tells Hippocrates of his adventures. I love the... Yeah, okay, so that is what that is. So those old little characters you're seeing, these guys right here, These are the original characters from the original game that this is based on. The original Final Fantasy. So that is what these are. That is why I remember you had to go to him in the bar and talk to him. It's like, and it says Clive tells him of his adventures, and it logs everything you've done so far. I actually think this used to be how you used to save. If I remember correctly back in the day. Oh my goodness, this would take quite a while. This might be a lore episode, chat. Royal Knight Lord Commander. Lord Commander of the Kingdom Welode's armies. He accompanied his liege to Fort Ziranitra in the Republic of Dalmika to negotiate the Dalmekia to negotiate the province of provisions of reinforcements from the Royal Order of Knights. Let's look at Goots. One of Cid's trusted allies, a gentle giant who has a warm word for everyone. Or not, your advice didn't work. Well, I tried. That was also a really fast battle, so dang, that sucks. The King of Willode. The aloof and unshakable Barnabas Tharmer, first of his name, so you can meet his steely gaze without flinching. Blackthorn, which is he was a bushed up AUL 90. Well, that I didn't expect. I can't help you with that. The bush stuff. That's also why I think night vision's important. Even if it's daylight, turn it on real quick to check bushes. You will see him. Because the bushes, it'll glow under the bush. Because you'll see white outlines in the bushes that don't make sense. But I didn't know that. The bush strat for me is something that I've gotten used to seeing with the naked eye now. So it doesn't really get me too much. I'm actually killed more by actual tanks just out in the open half the time. Alright, okay boys, it's time for me to go to sleep. Bye everyone. Bye Nathan, you have a good one. Thanks for joining up, bro. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Blackthorn, resident blacksmith of Cid's hideaway. A sullen and secretive sort who prefers to drown his woes in the drink than share them. Alright, we'll save hers for last. Let's look at old Titan here, or Titan's host. Kupka's Hugo Kupka. Kupka's awakening as the dominant of the Icon Titan thrust him into the forefront of Dalmekian politics. It got me because I was looking for a Magok. That makes sense. I mean, that was smart of him. If you only have one tank each, always be expecting the unexpected when you only get one tank. He might have went, and that might not be a good idea. She'll be looking for that. So let me choose and do something else. Always be expecting the unexpected. This is why I want to get good again, because I'm gonna just kill Darius anyways. No, I'm just kidding. Kupka's awakening as the dominant, or am I? Kupka's awakening as the dominant icon. Oh yeah, thrust in forefront of Dalmekian politics, winning him influence over both the Republic's armies and its policy making, as well as its personal fortune. He has little love for his country, taking advantage of his position for benefit of himself and himself alone. His love for Benedicta Harmon, however, is absolute, and he would gladly betray his every ally just to be with her. Well, that's why she considers you weak, because she's going to use that against you, Titan. I guarantee you the reason why we end up with Titan's abilities is we have to fight him and she just leaves him out to dry. Guarantee it. So since we talked about her, let's go to Benedicta herself. Good old Garuda, basically, I'm pretty sure. It hasn't said that, but she's basically got Garuda's powers. Maybe her queen is Garuda, or whoever is in charge of her squad. But Commander of the Kingdom of Wayload's elite intelligence, unless the king himself, Wayload, is Garuda. Commander of the Kingdom of Wayload's elite intelligence, who sits by her liege's side at the highest of tables of state, most recently in their negotiations with the Dalmex at Zernitra Stronghold. But Barnabas is not the only one with whom she shares a special bond. Benedicta also has eyes and ambitions for Hugo Kupka. This is, what's her name? The sister from the Lannisters in Game of Thrones. She's playing two sides. Let's see. Right now, I'm in our second match with no gun, no track, 51-second repair time, and a Magok doing donuts around me all day. Dang. Dang. So she said, so that means, okay. So it means she's probably with the King of Wayload as well. So she is doing exactly as, what was her name? Cersei. That's what I'm trying to think of. Cersei. From Game of Thrones. That's basically Cersei right there. Took me a second. Let's look at the bird. Let's look at this beautiful white chocobo. Bad idea to bring my T55 freshly bought. Yeah, it doesn't have all its upgrades yet. You're not gonna have some of the stuff you need. That's true. Well, T54. Well, either way. Yeah, it's always fresh tanks always have a hard time. Clive's personal steed during the attack on the Phoenix Gate. She raced to Clive's rescue, saving him from certain death at the cost of an eye. A price she gladly paid. So I wonder if we'll find her again, I bet. Torgal! Basically a direwolf from the Starks. Clive's faithful friend. The two were separated on the night of the tragedy at Phoenix Gate, yet reunited 13 years later in the depths of Nisa Defile. In the intervening years, Torgal not only grew into a fine hound, that is a wolf, but met with Sid, who trained him to work as a hunting dog. Wolf? After meeting with Clive again, Torgal gladly returns to the service of his former master. I blame James for this. James did scare him, to be fair. We kind of both did, but I know he's prepping to fight James because British are very much of a pain in the butt. So he has to be smart and fight what a British could probably not handle, you know? Still hilarious, though. He's gonna get so used to it, though, that I'm gonna kill him. Dominant of Shiva and Clive's childhood friend. Not sister? They look almost identical. This family's kind of confusing. That Clive comes from. I guess not. Her last name is not Clive. It's Jill Warwick. So then maybe this is Clive's Yuna / Tifa? Possibly? If that's the case, then? Ice and fire, though. Ooh, that's a weird combination. Doesn't usually work too well. Dominant of Shiva and Clive's childhood friend. In the depths of Nisa Defile, the two came to blows at the orders of the armies that enslaved them both. Jill fighting to defend the priests of the Iron Kingdom, Clive obeying the Empire's orders to take the head of Shiva's dominant. So he betrayed his comrades for a girl? Well, I thought it was the sister. I do agree that is a little different. I'm not saying that, I wouldn't have done the same thing for a certain someone, but, that's different. I actually was, had a relationship with that person. Childhood friends is something, yeah, that's like your best friend from young, but at the same time, it's like, You're gonna throw away your entire kingdom for not only your own possible not survival, but you'll never be able to be not considered a traitor ever again. Little different. Sister, like, that's a guarantee. Like, you don't do it unless you're like, for some reason your sibling is terrible. Like, I've had bad, well, I know it's, like, kind of, like, our family's kind of rough, and it's had, like, certain siblings in our family. It's a little questionable, let's put it that way. That I wouldn't, betray my kingdom for. Let's put it that way. But then there are others that are like, I would instantly, because it's family, But this is a little different. Now, once again, in my case, if it was a certain someone I know from my past, then yes, I would definitely do what Clive just did. Dominant, but let's go back to reading this. Let's see. Taking the head of Shiva's dominant. Exhausted from her tilt. Her tilt? Her fight? Who uses the word tilt? I get it. The meaning's technically accurate. Alright, this thing has definitely some unusual English style. Like, they're on purposely trying to force in that old English way of kind of saying certain things. So, exhausted from her tilt with Titan, Jill came close to falling to her assassin's blades, but was spared at the last moment when Clive's memories of their time together came flooding back. He almost didn't even recognize her. At least I would have noticed. Second son of Okay, Joe. This is the Phoenix, aka Valfor, who, as far as we know, we killed him. So, even though our character does not know that, he's looking for the murderer of his brother. But I'm like, you might want to look in a mirror. Second son of the Archduke of Rosaria, and the heir to the ducal throne. Upon the night of the imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate, the shock of seeing his father slain before his disbelieving eyes led him to losing control of his icon and setting the castle alight. From the flames rose the second icon of fire, who was his brother, whose murderous rampage laid both the castle and the Phoenix low. See, that was proper terminology of English terms. Clive. An imperial bearer turned deserter after refusing to slay the dominant of Shiva, choosing instead to turn his blade on his own sergeant. As a force of crusaders closed around him, his freedom seemed as if he would be short-lived, until the timely intervention of Sid, a man who shared Clive's desire to see the dominant freed from their clutches. Together, they escaped to Sid's secret hideaway. Sid. And see, he finally got the money. He finally got the money for it. I'm fighting the M1A1 AIM in a brawler map. Ooh. Oh, I have no tips for that. That's. I haven't fought an actual Abrams in forever now. Since I play the XM1, I don't have a Leopard high enough. Well, I mean, I have my A1 Premium, but I'm not high enough to play it again yet, along with the ones I'm using now. Dear God. What in the world? I feel for you on that one, Farseer. Sidolphus Telemon. Cornered by a battalion of Iron Kingdom Crusaders in the depths of Nisa Defile, Clive thought his end was nigh, until Sid appeared and spirited him and Jill away to his secret hideaway in the Deadlands. Otto. Chief Steward of Sid's hideaway, who manages the day-to-day running of their operation in his friend's stead, Sid, often being taken far and away by his bearer-liberating activities, even when Sid is at home. He prefers to leave such busy work to Otto, much to the hard-pressed pursuer's indignation. Alright, now the one I want to read. Tarja. Resident Psyker. Is this Warhammer? It's Psyker. I'm just going to say Psyker. It's basically a medic for this game. I do remember that being a class in one of the other Final Fantasies that were medieval based. Resident Psyker of Sid's Hideaway. Tarja is an expert in all manner of medicines and medical interventions skills that are indispensable in their Deadland home. Where they cannot call on healing magics after Sid brings an unconscious Jill back to the Hideaway from his expedition to Nisa Defile, she's placed in Tarja's care. Well, I hear the vacuum cleaner approaching. Uh-oh. At least it's distinct. If you've got a 3D sound headset like I do, you are at least going to recognize an Abrams sneaking up on you. It's very hard to not tell what that thing is. It's the only thing that has stuff like that. Hippocrates. The Hideaway's resident historian, whose love for books has earned him the nickname Tomes. Hippocrates traveled Felicia's as youth, seeking to unearth the secrets of the land of legend, and over the years has developed a deep knowledge of Felician geography, history, religion, and folklore. Oops. Wow, these are the ones that were with us. In the beginning of the game, our Biggs and Wedge who died. Or one of them did. I think one survived and made it out. Unless the nuclear explosion killed him. That could have been possible. I bounced off the front. Oof. A loyal shield of Rosaria, chosen by Lord Commander Rodney Murdoch, to accompany Clive on his expedition to Stillwind. Though he did all he could to return the favor that he owed to Joshua for saving his life as a boy during the attack on Phoenix Gate, Wade was to meet the same fate as the prince. Sir Tyler. A loyal shield of Rosaria who accompanied Clive on his expedition to Stillwind. Though he did everything in his power to assist Joshua and Archduke Elwin's fight from Phoenix Gate, on the night of the attack, his years of distinguished service were to come to a close when he was swallowed. Yeah, so he was killed too. When he was swallowed by the flames of the rampaging Phoenix. Tiamat. So these are the ones that were with us in that group. A bearer in the service of the Holy Empire of Sembrecu. Tiamat, or the man who now bears the name, is the leader of the bastards. That's what they're called. A squadron of elite assassins. It was on the mission to take the head of the Shiva's dominant in the Nisa Defile that his subordinate Wyvern, real name Clive Rosefield, turned upon him and cut him down. Oh. Well, they have several explanations for them. We'll just do the normal ones. Biased, or biased. There's another way to say it. Bast? It's kind of like the Egyptian god way of saying it. Goddess. Second longest serving of the bastards. An elite, such a crazy name for a team. An elite band of slave assassins in the service of the Holy Empire of Sembrecu. He and his Sergeant Tiamat fought alongside each other for many a year. I'm going to say Bast. Bast trusted him with his life. Alas, there was little Tiamat could do to save him from a boulder. That's when they got crushed. That was to fall from the skies during the ill-fated mission to infiltrate the Dhalmekian Republic and take the head of Shiva's dominant. And then Avis. A branded soldier for the Holy Empire of Sembrecu, who served alongside Wyvern. None know his true name. He and his band of elite assassins were tasked with taking the head of the dominant Shiva, but he was to lose his life to a crusader's axe in the course of his mission. I blame James for this light tank shooting reflex. Oh yeah. He's gotta be fast. You do gotta be quick in a light tank. You only have about probably, I would say, maybe three seconds safely before possibly a target is gonna shoot you, especially if the turret is looking in your direction. It's at least 3 seconds safely, at the best. The rest is death, unless it's not looking at you. Then it's just play it as you see it. But yeah, he blasted or bested. I think he blasted. He either bested or blasted by PTR-80. Yep. You also have to be fast when it comes to that, like quick snapping and go pow. But late Archduke of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria and father of Clive and Joshua, Elwin's reign ended when he was beheaded by the servants of the Holy Empire of Sembrecu. Oh, that's who attacked us. So we ended up as a slave warrior to our rival empire who attacked us and killed my father. Gotcha. In their ignoble attack on the Phoenix Gate, known not only for his inspiring leadership and skill with a blade, but his disapproval of the mistreatment of the bearers. His legacy lives on as all those who oppose imperial rule in what remains of Rosaria. Annabelle Rosefield, which that actually looks a lot like. This is her name's Rosefield, but here's my assumption, okay? Here's what I'm assuming kind of happened. Let's go back to the front page for a second. Doesn't she kind of look like Harmon here a little bit too? I'm not saying that's who she is, but part of me wonders if this might be like a half-sister kind of situation going on here. Because I'm thinking that Harmon is playing two sides because she does work for the King of Wolid, which is the one she's, like, I don't know what her bond to him is. Maybe that's his daughter, Annabella here. And maybe it turns out Annabella is Garuda. That's what my heart says, because she gives off very harpy feels. The way she behaves and the way she behaved in the beginning of the demo, when clearly we were betrayed. She was going to secure her son, like Joshua, but get me killed, get Dad killed, and everyone else. So I'm assuming she was secretly working for the King of Wolid, or maybe her own ambition for Wolid, and the king just didn't carry it away. Based, like I said, this is true Cersei right here, if that's the case. This is Mother Cersei, but the other one's the daughter of Cersei, basically. Oh, I need to read that, though. Duchess of Rosaria, wife of Archduke Elwin, and mother of Clive and Joshua. It was ever her purpose in life to preserve her phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband. See, but it's like, for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter in league with a force she judged the mightier. So I might be right. The Holy Empire of Sembrecu. It was Annabella's treachery that led to disaster. Okay. Rodney Murdoch. Lord Commander of the Rosarian army, outranked by only his firm friend Archduke Elwin. Murdoch and his shields accompanied Elwin and Joshua to Phoenix Gate to perform the rite of ancestral communion, only to be set upon first by Imperial infiltrators, then a second shadowy icon of fire within those flames. Murdoch was engulfed. We're almost at the end. See, interesting. Look at that. My BB is superior to his, my 88 is superior to his 122. Well, I'm off to fight the Abrams in a Tigery, because Germany is the best. Germany is really good at fighting up tier. If anyone's going to kill a higher level tank above its tier, it's going to be Germany. I do love them for that. I've always loved them for that. It's pretty good. Geralt of Riviera. Anyways, Geralt. Second in command of Waylo's Royal Intelligence, serving under Benedicta Harmon, with whom he shares a deep bond of trust. So, brother? Maybe he also cares for her in that way, too? It's like if the Benedicta comes off as the one, she's the succubus of the Empire. She definitely uses her powers, as it were, to get all these soldiers to serve under her, and kings and lords. Never mind, Germany sucks, he popped me from the hatch. Well, I mean, it's not going to have armor, Farseer. You're a Tiger E versus a 122. You just need to hit it, though. You can't be hit it either. Like I said, Germany can kill it, but it's going to get killed by it if it's got too big of a gun. They're not known for their tankiness, even in the higher tiers. The Leopard 2A6 it's got its moments where it tanks it, but it's still not tanky. They're meant to snipe you and take you out with one shot, but taking the shot, not so much. Moss the Chronicler, far fabled scrawler of Valician history and legend even to this day, much of the surviving knowledge, M1A1 aim versus Tiger E. You could do it, but you would have to be, once again, it would just take a bit of skill with the gun. You could still kill him, but killing him before he kills you is the key. Which that's still going to be very difficult, because your turret don't rotate as fast. Doesn't have a laser rangefinder, technically. Doesn't have all that. So you have to naked eye basically shoot it. You got to learn to use your binoculars to shoot from longer ranges away before he even makes you. Hit the side. The front is no-go. Oh, yeah, you're not getting through the front. Maybe the underbelly if you're lucky, but side is best bet. Let's see. Surviving knowledge of this distant antiquity of the twins' issue from his quill is in the later years. His writings attracted fierce criticism from certain scholarly circles, which resulted in him being removing himself from public life. Unless it's Tusk. That's true. The Malkian Chief Strategist. The Malkian Chief Strategist and former Field Marshal of the Malkian Republic. While there was a time that he took personal command of his troops, Hugo Kupta rises to the prominence, led to his being recalled from the battlefield by reason of his advancing age, for which he bears the vainglorious dominant a deep-seated grudge. Yeah, vainglorious. Yeah, because the dominant's taking over his kingdom. It's funny to see how each kingdom treats the dominant differently. Titan's kind of considered almost a king himself at this point, instead of this guy. But in, like, Shiva's kingdom, or the kingdom that captured our childhood friend, they enslaved them and forced them to fight for them. And then same thing with the kingdom that captured us. They also enslaved them and forced them. Well, they enslaved them and turned them into assassins. And then there's the freelance ones. The Republican Prime Minister. The leader of the Damalkian Parliament, and eldest of the most experienced of its members, those elected by the states of the Republic, plus the dominant of Titan, who serves as an official advisor. Alas, Hugo Kupta does not take kindly to his advice being ignored. And now the other picture. Part of me also wonders if we truly killed our brother, but we'll see. The Dominant of Fire, a mysterious figure who was first seen amid the chaos of the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate, immediately before the appearance of the second icon of fire. It could be what Ifrit looks like on the inside of us. Maybe he wasn't meant to be our original host, like we weren't meant to have him, which is why he doesn't listen to us too well. Let's see the second icon of fire, the very icon that slew the heir to the ducal throne. Clive believes this man to be the dominant who murdered his brother, and has sworn to take his revenge. A realm comprising the twin continents of storm and ash, over which the mother crystals stand timeless and vigil. At the foot of each, great cities have risen up over the eons, and around them powerful nations, though the land has been blessed with the light of magic since the time immemorial. In recent years, a creeping blackness has begun to gnaw at its borders. The Blight. It's going to turn out the Blight is Bahamut, isn't it? Why does my brain immediately think the Blight's got to be Bahamut, right? Because I don't see a kingdom unless he's the purple crystal, the one very far right of the map. Unless he ends up being that one, Bahamut's got to be in this game, and I assume he's either going to be the villain this time, because I do think, if I remember correctly, I think he was the bad guy in the original game, but I don't remember. The westerly of Valicia's two great continents, with its frozen northern reaches, its temperature marshy midlands and searing heat of the south, it boasts a breadth of climates, cultures, not seen anywhere else in the known realms. That's Storm. The Ducal army. The loyal soldiery of the Duchy of Rosaria, they serve under the standing army's Lord Commander, whose task it is to enact the will of their sovereign. The Archduke, those who show sufficient aptitude or who are blessed with sufficient nobility of birth are made shields, personal retainers to the Archduke himself. House Rosefield. The highest of the noble houses of Rosaria, the dominant of the Phoenix, is always born into the Rosefield line, and so it is always a Rosefield who sits upon the ducal throne. Rosaliev Castle. Situated in the heart of the ducal capital of Rosaliev, it is from this towering ivory fortress that the Archduke and his family rule their nation. The architectural feat the founder himself would be proud of. The castle has stood since the early days of the duchy, and watched over the rise of the proud nation and the people who inhabit the city beneath it. Rosaliev. The capital city of the Duchy of Rosaria, Rosaliev Castle, seat of the Archduke, stands in the heart of the storied settlement, whose marketplaces teem with activity. Alas, the encroaching blight has rendered the vast swaths of the land to the north uninhabitable, driving refugees south in the greater numbers, and placing an unbearable strain on Rosaliev's all too finite resources. This explains why we were attacked. We were starting to weaken, and since the South has all these other factions already in it, the faction of, Sombrechia, apparently saw an opportunity, like, well, they're going to end up pushing south on us, so let's make a counter move on them, and have their queen betray them in return of her heirs as the Phoenix safety. Then Sombrachia gets two dominance. So strategy-wise, that makes sense. Phoenix Gate, a walled keep situated near Rosaria's northwestern border. It was originally constructed to serve as an outpost in the wars against the Northern Territories, but its true significance lies deep within the ruins atop, which the stronghold stands. Here is an ancient chamber accessible only by the dominant of fire. Is held the rite of ancestral communion, an important ritual which is to be believed that the Phoenix can hear the words of the duchy's forebearers. Sid's Hideaway. A hidden refuge built on the fallen ruins in the blighted lands of the Central Storm. It is here that Sid operates his secretive society of freed bearers. So accustomed are most so-called branded to the ill treatment of their masters at their masters' hands. That their first experience of something approaching freedom within their hideaway walls, be it even something as small as a hot meal or a soft bed, can come as a considerable shock. Night of the Flames. The Imperial attack on Rosarian forces stationed at the Phoenix Gate made under the cover of night in the year 860, Archduke Elwyn Rosfield was killed in the fighting, as were two of his sons, though the bodies of the latter were never recovered. So they never recovered my brother's body either. That does make me wonder if he's not really dead. Having thought to have been wholly consumed by hellfire, the attack was widely rumored to have been facilitated by the treacherous Duchess Annabelle, although officially explanations attempted to shift the blame onto the Phoenix having run inexplicably rampant. Stillwind Marsh. An area of swampland that stretches northeast from the Rosalia Castle. The odd village could once be found here, but nothing to compare to the lively settlements that line the main roads of the realm, and with the encroachment of the blight and the creatures driven before it, even these scant settlements were soon deserted. At least we're learning the empires too. The Holy Empire of Sambrecu, a nation occupying the northeastern reaches of the continent of Storm, with a great city of Oriflamme as its capital. Sambrecu is the realm's largest theocracy and home to the mother crystal Drake's Head. This is Leviathan, isn't it? Under the rule of the Holy Emperor, the people of Sambrecu enjoy a life of plenty thanks to the crystal's blessings, which they believe is to be a gift from the goddess Gregor herself. The Imperial Army. The assembled forces of the Holy Empire of Sambrecu, while officially under the command of the Cardinals, it is the Holy Emperor's Sylvestre Lesage, whom the legions truly serve. On the battlefield, the Dragoons, peerless lancers renowned throughout the realm, are the Empire's keenest weapon, descending from the skies to sow terror and disarray among the hapless foes. The Bastards. A unit of Imperial Army assassins tasked with taking the head of the Iron Kingdom's dominant, Warden of Ice, and vessel for the icon Shiva. All of the members, including its leader Tiamat, are bearers, branded men who are pressed into servitude for their ability to wield the magic. Dragoon. A lance-wielding knight of the Holy Empire of the Sambrecu. The Dragoons are trained in the unique acrobatic fighting style molded after the movements of dragons, which is characterized by sudden thrusts and disorienting leaps and dives. Gregorian scripture hold the creatures to be a divine gift from the goddess herself. Definitely why he was called Tiamat. So Tiamat, it must be Gregor. It must be maybe Gregor. I'm not really sure yet. We're gonna see what all summons end up in this game as actual giant creatures and godlike creatures, icons or econs. But yeah, that's basically Tiamat or Leviathan. And so too are their namesakes revered by the populace. The Damalkian Republic, a nation formed from a federation of 5 smaller states. This is freaking Fenrir. That explains Titan. A nation formed from a federation of smaller states. It is located in the southern half of the continent of Storm, and has its capital of Rendale, and has its capital at Rendale. It's also the home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Fang. There is no official state religion, and citizens are free to worship as they please. Demakia's key political entity is the Parliament, which is formed of ministers representing each of the states with their prime minister at its head. That's basically Britain as well. It basically, the Demakian Republic's basically Britain. Fort Zernitra. A stronghold situated in the western end of the Nisa Defile in the Demakian Republic. In the year 873, it served as the site of a meeting convened by the Demakians with their Weloder allies. In an attempt to enlist their aid in driving back the Ironblood, who had been a thorn in their side since the Battle of the Twin Realms 8 years before. The Men of the Fist. Demakia's standing army, while officially an organ of the Republic, each of its 5 states is granted relative autonomy with regards to the management of its troops. Aside from certain specialized squads, battle deployments are mostly comprised of small units employing a mixture of foot soldiers and battle mages. The former are known and feared for their curved swords and prodigious axes, and deadly skill with which they wield them. The Republican Parliament. The highest council of government of the Republic of Demakia. 7 ministers are responsible for the ruling of the nation, though their will is often molded to that of their permanent and economic advisor, Hugo Kupka, who leverages his power as the dominant of Titan and shapes the Republic's policies. Battle of Nisa. The Battle of Nisa was a short yet bloody clash between the Iron Republic and the Republic of Demakia in the year 873. The Demakians, hoping to force an end to their long-running conflict with the Ironblood, had convened a council at the Zernitria stronghold, and entreated their Weloder allies to aid them in their cause. So, yeah. We got starked. Because of 2 empires who allied together because of a bigger empire, the Starks got caught in the crossfire, which is what the Rosaria Empire is. I love this Game of Thrones stuff. To aid them in their cause. However, talks soon broke down and the Demakians were left with no choice but to rely once more on their power of their mighty Titan, to whom they already owed a considerable debt. Thus was the stage set for the showdown between Titan and Shiva, the Ironblood's own Econ, in which the losses on both sides were too many to count. The Zernitria Council. Looking to bring an end to their long-running conflict with the Iron Kingdom, the Dalmics convened a council with their Weloder allies at Zernitria Stronghold. However, the Weloders, I need to hear how to say their name. The Weloders were unwilling to concede to the Damalks' requests, leaving the Republic no choice but to field its dominant Hugo Kupka. In so doing, Parliament further indebted itself to this already powerful player in the national politics. The Nisa Defile. A deep arid valley located in the eastern part of the Demakian Republic. During the Battle of the Twin Realms in 865, it was the site of repeated skirmishes as the Iron Kingdom attempted to make incursions into Demakian territory. So they've been fighting for a long time. Hey, the Kingdom of Welod. The sole surviving nation in Ash. Oh, wow. So there's only one nation surviving in the Ashlands. You know what? I have it backwards. I'm thinking of Sabraka. This is Welod. I wonder if Welod is Ixion, the horse? And it's in the land of Storm? Interesting. So I wonder if that's also where our boy Sid comes from originally then. The sole surviving nation in Ash, Waylode has its capital at Stonehere, home to the Mother Crystal of Drake's Spine. A warlike land, its considerable military might serves to keep neighboring countries at bay. While Waylode does maintain a notional alliance with the Damalkian Republic in the Southern Storm, it is very much a marriage of convenience. The Iron Crusade. The fighting forces of the Iron Kingdom Ultimate Command rests with the king, who issues orders directly to the commanders of each of his battalions. Iron Blood soldiers generally prefer heavy clubs and great axes over swords and other lighter weapons. This rather brutal approach is indicative of their overall attitude, which has earned them a reputation on the continent as savages, if somewhat primitive warriors. The Iron Kingdom, an archipelago nation situated off the west coast of Storm, with its capital at Krieg Losket. The Mother Crystal's Drake's Breath rises from. So that was a crystal. Ooh, okay. Rises from a volcanic island situated just within its borders, and is worshipped as a god, just as the state religion, the Crystallinian Orthodox, dictates. This same religion decrees the use of magic to be anathema, and the bearers and dominants who use it to be sinful aberrations, leading to even greater discrimination than that suffered by the brethren on the mainland. Given their stated desire to control all the mothers, the Ironbloods' attitude to other nations is one of indelible antagonism. Drake's Breath, one of the Lithia's 5 remaining mother crystals, located on the volcanic isle known to the Ironblood as Bane Leodle, in the seas between Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom. Oh wow. Though its occupation can historically be traced to the duchy, control of the crystal was recently wrested from Rosaria's grasp by the Crusades following a series of bitter conflicts. So the Ironbloods took our second crystal we used to have, so that's why it's coming up out of a volcano. Their crystal is meant to be Ifrit. So we actually are their dominant, technically. Not Shiva. Probably. That explains why maybe Rosaria ended up in a weird situation with 2 dominants. Interesting. The Battle of Twin Realms. The Battle of Twin Realms was a conflict fought between the Holy Empire of Sambrecu and the Kingdom of Waylode in the year 865. Sambrecui's forces, with the power of the Econ, oh frick. Yep, called it, chat. Called it. 1000% called it. I win and everything. So, the Sembrequis are Bahamut. I see. With the power of their icon Bahamut on their side, took the Strait of Athe back from Waylode, putting an end to the blockade that had lasted several decades. The Wayloders... Hold on 1 second, chat. Hello, Alex. Your foot. Move your foot, Alex. No. Hey. Easy with that, man. I will pop you. Man, it's losing their mind over. Ow, that hurt mouths. It's just crap. Don't bite me, I'll pop you in the snoot. Put you in the snoot. Hey. Don't. Good boy. Now. Oh crap. I think I accidentally put it in full screen mode. 1 second yet. There we go. Now this comes crashing in like Bahama. Exactly. He basically is Bahama now. Okay, we're good. Alright, back to reading this. And took the Strait of Othay from the Wayload, putting an end to the blockade that had lasted several decades. Yeah, good luck fighting Bahamut. The Wayloaders, looking to hold back the Sembrequi's advance by any means necessary, formed an alliance with that's where the alliance came from, the Dhalmekian Republic, who themselves were waging war against the Iron Kingdom on the Western Front, and prevented the Empire from progressing any further. That's why they wanted the Phoenix for Sembrequia. They wanted the Phoenix so they could win against Titan and Wayload together. So whatever Wayload is, which is possibly Ixion? Maybe what Ramu is, or Sid? I'm actually not sure. A horse, basically. It's got a horse on the flag, so I'm assuming Ixion. That's what I call it. The lightning horse. The horse that also looks like a horse from a certain Monster Hunter game that shall not be mentioned. Anyways. But now, okay. See, I'm starting to see the Game of Thrones part of the story, and I'm loving it. So we were attacked out of a necessity of an alliance. Instead of being friends with us and, using the queen to make an alliance that way, instead, they decided, no, since the queen has already made an assignment and she's already betraying to the new king, probably of Willode, she's like, well, I will bring my son, who is the icon, or the econ of fire, aka the Phoenix, and we will unite our two kingdoms as one. Which would allow them to fight the Dhalmekian Republic and Wayloader at once. Since the Iron Kingdom is strong, but as you can tell, since they fight very barbarically, they have no allies, so they kind of do get caught kind of in a crossfire a lot. So, we'll see how it goes, though. My money's on that the Sembrequis are going to make an alliance with the Ironbloods at some point, or already have. Don't know. Alright, the Northern Territories. A bitterly cold region in the northern reaches of the continent of Storm. It was originally home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Eye, so there is one missing. Around which a series of small nations sprang up. Nations whose belligerence proved troublesome for Rosario over the centuries in time. In time, however, the mother crystal's power dwindled, and with it, the power of these warlike nations. With the blight encroaching on their territory, evermore, the remaining tribes were united and pacified by Archduke Elwin Roosevelt of Rosaria in 854. So, okay, so there is a missing fifth crystal. So, here's my assumption. Either if it is meant to be Ironblood's icon of fire, since it used to belong to Rosaria, but that means Rosaria had 3 crystals. It means 3 different icons unofficially. So, that is interesting. So, this is my assumption on Ifrit. Ifrit is either the Ironblood icon, or is the icon of this crystal right here. And whichever it is determines where I think the blight might be. If he's the icon of Ironblood secretly in the crystal that Ironblood took away from Rosaria, then that makes the blight something else, and I'm wondering if he would be in this game. A certain Final Fantasy X summon that's a pain in the butt to get, but basically one-shots everything just by looking at it. I'm like, would he be in this game? And if that's the case, he might be the blight. We'll see. This will be interesting. And then the Crystallanian Orthodox, which is for the Ironblood worship religion. A religion dedicated to the worship of the Mother Crystals. Its priesthood enjoy great power with the Patriarch leader and chief shepherd of the faithful, the most faithful, the most of all, while the best known is the state religion of the insular Iron Kingdom. It was once practiced throughout Valicia, to its believers. The Mother Crystals are literal gods. Let's see. Hi, man. Hope you have a great day. UD graphic designer. I charge 10 per thumbnail, 20 for video editing, and 14 per logo and banner. That's not too bad. Right now, I can't really do it. I can't really afford to sadly hire a graphics designer for my banners and my logos. I do need one, I will say. But right now, I still just don't have the funds to regularly pay for proper banners. I would at some point be looking for someone to redo my icon and stuff, my logo and stuff. That would be pretty good. I wouldn't mind that, but like I said, I just can't do that right now. But also, welcome back, Zito and Zito Grubik, and welcome. But yeah, sadly, I can't do that. I'll do that at the moment. Let's see. And then throughout Valicia, to its believers, the Mother Crystals are literal gods. And the wasteful expenditure of the aether, through the use of magic is strictly forbidden. As such, those who use magic, dominance, and bearers, both are seen as subhuman abominations. That seems like a weird way to go with that belief, right? You would think if the crystals are giving these people these godlike powers to turn into these creatures, you wouldn't think they'd see that as sinful. You would think they'd see that as a child of their god, right? That's strange. That's a strange way to. It's very what do they call it? Iconoclast style of a religion, because it's kind of going against its own, what the obvious signs of where the powers come from, right? Like, well, if you know the Mother Crystals are the thing that give magic, and that there are people who are naturally inclined to it and are chosen to bear these things, wouldn't that be the opposite? But anyways, who knows? Mysteries of the Realm, Deadlands. Barren waste bereft with aether, where no life stirs, and the magic is all but unusable. Here both earth and water are stained black, preventing any seed from quickening. In recent years, the blight has spread ever more widely, displacing whole nations before it, driving once peaceable fauna to violent desperation, and leaving the silent devastation in its wake. That sounds almost like him. That's kind of the personality of that summon from other games. So it really is kind of sounding like him. One of the most valuable materials known to mankind, thanks to its ability to channel ambient aether from the air, allowing those without innate power to do so, to cast magics, and as most Valicians cannot live without magic, its supply and distribution is heavily regulated by governments across the Twins. A given shard can only channel a certain amount of aether. I do think it's pronounced ether, but I do think they say aether. Aether before it shatters. So the need for new crystals is incessant. Ooh, that's not good. That's kind of like Star Wars' problem with lightsaber crystals. Kyber crystals. Crystal rations. Shards of crystals small enough to be held in the hand, which allow those who are not born bearers to cast magics. The nations of the twins see such shards mined from the mother crystals and distributed to the populace. Okay, now we're starting to see it, chat. Now we're starting to see the deep lore, like what's truly going on. Because you know how in Final Fantasy X, there's the politics and the factions and Seymour and Yuna and and all them trying to do their thing. But then there's Sin, the whale, the giant death whale trying to kill everyone. We just found the Sin of this game. So I'm assuming the crystal that's in the north that's lost, that the Blightlands are around, is probably from that maybe they overmined and destroyed the crystal too much, and it turned on them. These are just assumptions, but we'll see how close I get as we go forward. So that every man and woman of good character, bearers, criminals, and other undesirables not included, might enjoy the gift of magic. It is common for people to keep them about their persons in a protective case. Municipal shards. Large shards of the crystal are entrusted to towns and cities across Valicia in order to serve the populace. Where those shards rationed out, the individuals might suffice to fill a cup or light an oven. Municipal shards fill wells, fire forges, and light the streets of the great cities of the twins. Aether. The life force of the land and the source of all magic. The amount of aether a spell consumes depends on its strength, with those manifesting more potent forces over a wider area coming to a greater cost. Larger crystals can channel more aether than smaller ones, and thus can be used to cast more powerful magics. One might use a small ration shard to grill a fish, but would require a large municipal crystal to fire up a blacksmith's forge. Magic. The art of channeling aether to make one's imagination manifest. This can make the aspect of one of the 8 elements: fire, water, wind, earth, and ice, thunder, light, and dark, or more rarely, be unexpected. While bearers and dominants can cast spells at will, others require crystal to do so. Magic is a part of everyday life for the people of Valicia, making it all but unlivable when they are deprived of this gift. First shield. Title granted to the mightiest and most stalwart shield of the Rosarian army. The first shield is entrusted to the personal protection of the dominant of the Phoenix, and is gifted a portion of the icon's power over flame, a boon known as the Blessing of the Phoenix. Blessing of the Phoenix. The boon Joshua bestowed upon his brother upon Clive's ordination as first shield, allowing him to wield fire aspectic magic without a crystal. It has long been custom in Rosaria for the dominant of the Phoenix to share a part of their own power in this way. Performing this rite of rejuvenation upon those who they appoint their protectors, they might serve them better. Wow, there is a lot to this game. This is definitely going to be a lore episode, and we'll have to do another big episode for story in the next one, because we still got to do Alien tonight, so. The Fallen. An ancient yet highly advanced civilization whose relics can be found across the length and breadth of Vasilia. The material from which these relics are constructed is far sturdier than steel, and cannot be worked by modern methods. So the people of the modern day have elected to build inside and around them instead. A brand. The mark applied to the cheeks of bearers across Valicia, identifying them as something other than human. Newborn babes are checked at birth. Those who are found to be bearers being branded and taken into the custody of the state. Rarely bearers evade this test either. Either because their parents hide them, the testers are lax in their duties, or their powers do not awaken until later. Yet, most do not remain unbranded for long. The dominant. Those within whom sleeps the power of an econ. Though they look and think no differently to any other man or woman. They can not only cast elemental magics without a crystal, but also transform themselves into beasts of world-shattering strength at any moment. A quality for which they are honored, worshipped, and feared in the realm equally over. Econ. Magical beings of godlike strength who dwell within a human host known as a dominant, only emerging when the dominant primes. History records 8 icons in total, each with unique elements in affinity, and it's commonly held that 2 icons of the same element cannot coexist. But as none has ever witnessed all of these rare creatures together, the conjecture is yet to be proved. Priming. The act of a dominant transforming their living flesh into that of the econ. Dominants most often prime during times of war, using their immense strengths of their econs to turn the tides of battle, though it is usually done deliberately. The dominant remaining in control of the icon when primed, on occasion. A dominant will, so that is true. So that what we heard in the story Tam King originally is not true. The dominant is always in control. Only on certain occasions does the dominant lose control of this power, and you see the econ run riot. Which is what happened, I think, with our character in Ifrit. Sure, our brother did rage out, but he gained control after seeing another econ again. After seeing Ifrit, he gained full control again. But the disadvantage of this is, I'm wondering if it's kind of like Hulk, right? Hulk with Banner, very strong, but not the strongest. Hulk without Banner, unbelievably overpowered. So I'm wondering if what kind of happened is, all the trauma on our character triggered Clive to awaken his econ, but it did it in such a violent way that it kind of did like Hulk does when Banner is wiped out of the mind temporarily. Full rage, anger, violence, and fire. It's like, so it was nothing but rage fueling for that. So it's like, I could see that why that was it. So normally they're in control, but Clive is not for some reason. We'll find out why. Ifrit smash! That's basically what it was. A person with the power to cast... bearers. A person with the power to cast magics without a crystal. In Valicia, men and women who awaken as bearers are enslaved. They are marked with a brand upon their cheeks and used as tools, a cheaper alternative to the scarce and precarious shards. Or precious shards, not precarious. This system of slavery has persisted for centuries, and has become so ingrained in Valician life that few take pity upon the bearer's plight, seeing them as less than human. We saw one of those in the beginning of the game. Remember, our character got on to the dude who was punishing him for talking to us, but I got on to him for doing that. Bearers forced to branded soldiers. Bearers forced to fight for the nations that enslaved them. Able to cast powerful magics yet entirely disposable. They are often placed on the front lines in battle, or assigned to highly dangerous scouting or assassination missions. We're almost done, I assume. The Rosarian National Anthem. Perhaps the most beloved ditty in the duchy. The Rosarian National Anthem was written for the occasion of the new nation's founding, and it's filled with patriotic imagery of rolling meadows, rising flames, and stirring songs. It was oft heard raising the rafters of ducal alehouses, particularly close to closing time, were disputes over the lyrics to the less practiced third verse would occasionally end in fisticuffs. So there's two different versions. I'm telling you, we're gonna find out. Rosaria was two different empires at one point, I bet. One half was the Phoenix, the other was Ifrit. Beastmen, aka Gobos and other nasty creatures in this game. A somewhat derogatory nomenclature given to a collective of group of demi-humanoid beings that includes goblins, orcs, and minotaurs, among others. Beastmen tend to differ from the most wild creatures, in demonstrating a distinct intelligence possessing the capacity for spoken and sometimes even written language. That's different. I've never seen that with goblins and stuff very often. As well as complex tool building, and many have developed unique, albeit simple, civilizations of their own. With civilization, however, will always come the desire to expand. And it is this ambition that has resulted in the countless clashes with humanity over the centuries. That was very Game of Thrones mixed with Warhammer. Metia, the burning red star that sits beneath the moon. Oh, I see that tiny little red star. That's different. The burning red star that sits beneath the moon. Folklore ascribes to Metia the role of message bearer to the moon. So it's common custom across Valicia to wish upon the star, that one's heartfelt desires may be conveyed to the heavens and beyond. Bard, traveling minstrels who journey from place to place performing hostelries across Valicia to the accompaniment of lute or lyre. They provide not only entertainment. Let's see. That ain't no star. It's Bahamut. It could be. In Final Fantasy lore, with the way things, meteors and summons and things being similar to each other are the same thing, kind of like Godzilla does it. But this one's literally taking it to that Godzilla level. That could be. Or it could be something even worse that I'm thinking about, but I'm not going to say it yet. They provide not only entertainment, but information on the state of the realm, oft singing of significant events and important personages. Don't forget to tip your Witcher, guys. The Hideaway has its own resident bard, that the illiterate amongst its residents might remain informed. I did not know that's what bards did, in a way. I mean, I knew they sang and entertained and brought stories of the realm, but I didn't know that's actually kind of one of the more practical purposes of it. The orchestrion, a curious clockwork contraption that is able to perform several different musical compositions at the flick of a switch. That would be like witchcraft, if you really think about it, in this kind of realm. The Journal of Moss. The Annals of Moss, Moss the Chronicler, a scholar of Valician history noted not only for his singular insight, but for his lyricalism of his writing and exceptionalism that earned him the enmity of his fellow scholars. Cannot talk today. And drove him from public life. Enmity, means hate. And greed, or not greed, jealousy. Such were their misgivings towards him that only a handful of copies of the journal were ever produced, making this tome a prized find among collectors. Now to the bestiary. Oh, we're actually going to get to see some of them. Okay, so we don't have his name yet. Second icon of fire. The fire aspected icon that first emerged in the year and realm 860, when Imperial forces attacked the Rosarian stronghold of Phoenix Gate. Clad in infernal flame, and the fiendish creature flung itself against the Phoenix, overpowering the icon with a strength and ferocity never before seen or since. the Phoenix, or Zalfor as I know him in other Final Fantasies. The Warden of Fire, last seen in the night of the Imperial invasion of the Phoenix Gate in the year 860, when the young Joshua Rossfield lost control of his powers, the Phoenix first awakened from the motes of the fire, an ancient tribe who dwelled in the western reaches of the storm, and careful preservation of the bloodlines among the Rosaria nobility ensured that its dominant would always be born in the ducal line. Our childhood friend. The Warden of Ice, of whom Jill Warwick is the current dominant. With her glacial aspect and ability to conjure boreal boulders from the aether, Shiva's appearance on the battlefield makes her enemies' blood run cold. She always gets the best descriptions. So is Titan, so let's read his. The Warden of Earth, of whom Hugo Kupka is the current dominant. He takes the form of a stone-skinned giant, whose granite fists shake the earth with every mighty pummel. Titan's dominant awakens among the people of the Damalkian deserts, the recipient of his strength being granted great power and status by the Republic in return for a commitment to protect the nation during times of war. That is literally the armored Titan from Attack on Titan. That is literally what Titan is in here. And it's that because his name is Titan. So that's really cool. Goblins. It's my species, chat. No, I'm just kidding. A common species of beastmen, while at first glance that they may seem like mindless predators, goblins have their own unique language and are skilled enough to both cast magic and make rudimentary tools and weapons. While mostly found on the continent of Storm, the spread of blight has forced them to find homes in nearby human settlements, a move that often ends in misunderstanding and bloodshed. Gigas, fat gobbos. As they are often witnessed in the presence of goblins, many believe these lumbering brutes to be goblins themselves, albeit ones that have grown to prodigious size. Scholars, however, deny these claims and insist the two tribes are independent and their relationship a symbiotic one, with the Gigas providing protection to the slighter goblins who, in turn, provide the craftless giants with sundry arms and vestures, such as the charnel carnets created from the bones of their victims. The spread of the blight has seen both tribes impinge on human territory with increased frequency, and recent spottings have put them as close to civilizations as the Three Reeds in Rosaria. The Morble, the foul cocktail of bile and partially digested prey that acclimates within this giant carnivorous plant's belly, makes their breath so spectacularly rancid that it can be used as a weapon to repel would-be attackers. Morbles favor more humid climes, such as that found on the volcanic isles of the Iron Kingdom. However, the spread of the blight has driven the Morble flora to cooler areas, such as the swamps of Rosaria. Chocobo! Favorite steeds of the people of Valicia. While they are mainly bred for riding, some are used to pull wagons, and some are even eaten. Ah! It's terrible. We'll make a literal chocobo noise to react to that. That is terrible. Although it makes kind of sense in this reality, more than it would in like a fancier reality like Final Fantasy 15. But the boldest and bravest, but I actually do, can't you make a chocobo steak in that game though? I actually think they're always eating it. I just never really paid attention to it. That's weird because in real life, at least over here, we do not eat horses. Strange. So strange. But the boldest and bravest are put forward for use in the military. They are intelligent and fiercely loyal creatures, intent to tolerate only their master's attention. Wild chocobos are no less vigilant, and will readily attack anyone who they perceive to be a threat. Anyone who isn't carrying a fistful of glacial greens, that is. Horse is a delicacy in France. Yeah, I know some places eat horse. But over here where I am, that is like, what? Why would you eat your workhorse? Why would you eat the thing that helps you the most? Although, I guess nowadays it would probably become a thing. Like, if horse was still prominent over here other than racing, they still do it for racing purposes more than anything else. But I could see it, like, eventually if it got to a bad point that could become a thing over here. I still wouldn't eat it. I just can't see myself eating an animal that fits into that dynamic. Seems strange. Then again, I have had alligator and crocodile. So, I don't really know. Well, but yeah, it's like, unless they have some Gishu greens in your hand. Oh, this is the owls. The Stoluses. Owls capable of transmitting the thoughts of others. That is a powerful owl. Although, in owl lore, that is technically a thing owls are supposed to be able to do. They're supposed to be psychic. Or, mythical owl lore, not real owls. Like, also, there was a scandal in the UK a while back. An Irish company was selling horse meat instead of beef to put into ready-made meals and stuff. Oh, see, now that someone would get in trouble with, I think, over here. Just because I think that would freak too many people out. Like, in a place that's used to it, maybe. But over here, that would piss off so many people. Owls capable of transmitting the thought of others, specifically those with whom they are attuned. In response to an ancient incantation, their lilified third eyes store those thoughts in the form of aether, allowing them to be passed on as and when required, though only to the intended recipient. Stoloses are mainly kept by royals, nobles, and other figures of authority for purpose of sending secrets or urgent messages, and are seldom available to common folk. All right, we're done with that. That seems to be everything. Good. Oh, there's one here though. A refuge hidden in the blighted lands of Central Storm, from which Sid operates his secretive community of freed bearers. The worry was these horses weren't bred for food, so likely contained all kinds of horse drugs and roids. That would make sense too. My chat broke and it said it. Hold on, chat. We'll probably retire racing horses. That's terrible. That almost makes it worse. But not only for the safety of the consumer, but it's like, bro, that horse worked its butt off just to be eaten. Like, that's terrible. But it is also an unsafe thing, as if it isn't being confirmed that it's bred for that purpose, that there could be all kinds of drugs and chemicals in its body that you will consume when you eat, if you eat that meat. Same thing with, like, super, like, enhanced, like, beef or cow. Like, GMO cows, basically. Any chemical that goes into that animal, that you are going to get that through that meat. So that is definitely a threat for that. So, while survival in the Deadlands is widely considered impossible, a combination of near indestructible fallen ruins and considerable ingenuity have led to the establishment of a safe haven where those who rally to their leader's cause are only just about to eke out of albeit meager existence. All right.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Nice. Thanks, bro. Alright, what else? I think that's everything. We can now save it or do whatever. I need to go talk to the blacksmith, though. We need to upgrade, if it'll let me, we need to upgrade our sword.
Make it quick. Not saying Fordian, do you?
Alright, I want this.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Yes, equip. Now I want to reinforce it.
Yeah, that should do you.
Equipped items for reinforcements. Now broadsword level 2. Our next thing I think I already have a belt. Oh, that's an iron belt. That's reinforcing. Hold on. Our next thing is get enough wire right to make the iron bracers. But that'll be next episode when we do that. We should probably reinforce, huh? Oh, but we need iron bracers 1, and the only way to do that... Wait, I don't have iron bracers at all?
That it?
Huh?
Fine.
Oh, I do not. I have Imperial Infantry bracers. Oh, okay.
Well, what's Sancfordian, dear?
So, since I can't make the bracers right now, I need more wire right. We're going to enhance. Oh, I keep forgetting I'm not pressing the right button. We're going to enhance our iron belt. Because we'll probably end up with more meteorite, so.
My best
I want
work,
to make sure
but it'll do.
really prepared for next episode. Because we're going to dig deep. Now that we're kind of showed off all 3 games, when it comes to Front Mission, Aliens Dark Descent, and Final Fantasy 16 now.
And?
Now that we have done that, we are going to give every day it's going to exchange out. Like we're going to have a random one of the 3 every day. So since we're doing Alien this afternoon, or after I get done here, we're going to, since we're doing Alien this afternoon after I get done here, we'll do either Front Mission or Final Fantasy tomorrow. And then as the week goes on, the next 2 weeks go on, it'll keep switching out. Every day it'll be one of those 3. It'll either be Alien, it'll be Final Fantasy, or it'll be Front Mission Remake. It'll never be back to back. I'm never gonna, since we're gonna do Alien today, Alien will not be done tomorrow. And since we're doing Final Fantasy right now as well, most likely tomorrow will end up being Front Mission. Because we're doing a little bit of both Alien and Final Fantasy today, so. Tomorrow will be most likely Front Mission, and then after that it'll keep changing out constantly, so. But let's go ahead and talk to the shop owner, get this opened up before we start wrapping it up for this first episode.
I need supplies for my journey to Lost Wing. Otto said you could provide them.
What's that? Does the newcomer think it proper to make demands of a poor old matron before even introducing himself?
It's Clive.
Well, Clive, I hear that dog is yours.
Yep.
Since he followed Sid home one night, I've seen to it that his chin's rubbed and his belly fed. Though I suppose that's your job now. Unless you lose him again.
I won't. Not again. Thank you for watching him.
So, were you going to buy something?
Actually, yes.
You didn't think I'd shower your lordship with my hard-won wares while you swagger about with a pocket full of gil? Life doesn't work that way, lad. Now, let's see some coin.
Okay. Both consumable items and gear can be purchased at shops around Valencia. Shop stock changes as the story progresses. So be sure to check frequently. Alright, can we buy a... Isn't that what I need? Let's buy one of these. This is still better than mine.
You'll not find a better price than that.
So we still did get a better bracer. I'm gonna go see if I can enhance that after this. Alright, let's check items. Yeah, yep. Oh, no, we own 4 already still. Well, okay, we must have found some. So buy one of these.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I don't know where my money is. How much money do I got? Oh, bottom left. Okay, I don't have enough to get at the high potion right now. Okay. So we're going to have to use regular potions and be very careful. We'll find some probably on the map, to be fair.
Why, you've barely a guiltier name.
What's up, big guy?
You're taking his side now. And after all I've done for you. All right. All right, I can make an exception. But just this once, mind. My stores are getting cluttered and I need to make room for the next shipment.
Thank you.
Thank me?
Thank your dog.
Thank your dog.
Having a giant wolf has its perks. Although I would prefer a lion. Collect the supplies. Actually, hold on. That's wants me to hold X to do that. Hold on. Let's go back and make one more change to our... I want to see if I can enhance this
I'm busy here.
bracer.
What's that for you, dear?
I can. Iron Bracer 1. Which will take my last frozen tear, sadly. But it's worth it.
You can thank me later.
Dress to the 5s. I got a trophy already. And then for this one, I'm going to need another meteorite to upgrade it again. Alright.
And?
Alright, now we've got our equipment set. Yep. Iron Bracers 1, Iron Belt 2, Broadsword 2. Some good stuff, okay. Do we save it in here? I just realized. Let me check something. We do. Let me make a quick save. Just in case this ends up being... Because we haven't saved since we started from the demo's save file. There we go. Now we have officially started, chat. Let's see what happens, see what this cutscene is. If it's going to do a major cutscene, I'll save it right after, but we'll see. Oh, what's this? Whoa! The Arte Stone, or Arete Stone. The Arete Stone. The Arete Stone is now accessible. This customizable virtual battlescape provides Clive a safe location to test out new abilities and to train against all manner of enemies. This is like the thing in Final Fantasy VII with Berkeley. What's that kid's name? The blonde kid that helps research for the summonings. Can't remember his name, but additionally, additional options will become available as Clive progresses through the story. Hone your battle skills. No, not right now. Okay, so we oh, I have to do it. Okay. Training mode. The Hall of Virtue is a fully customizable battlescape that provides Clive a safe location to test out new abilities and train against all manner of enemies. Press touchpad to open the training menu and adjust enemies and ally parameters. Enemy aggro, enemies will attack you. When on, all ability and feat reset, recast timers are ignored. Okay.
Stay down!
Alright, cool. I don't really need to do training. I'm just gonna end it. But now see, now it'll let me exit. It wanted me to at least try it once. Exit the Arete Stone.
You all done?
Well, 2 extra potions.
Leaving already, are ya?
It's you I'll miss the most, Lady Karen. It always is.
Don't stop you going, does it?
This should be fun.
Right.
Fast travel. Use the world map to instantly travel to previously unlocked locations. New locations are unlocked by progressing through the main story or discovering way markers known as obelisks. The world map will open automatically upon leaving an area, but you can also access it by using via the main menu. So make for Greatswood. So I just want to look at so it says I can look at it through here. So there it is. Okay, so the only place we know about right now is the hideaway. There's the red crystal they were talking about. So that's got to be the Iron Blood one, the one that said that grows out of a volcano, unless that's meaning this one, but I don't think so. I think that's the Titan one. Not sure whose this is. That is a huge hole. What caused that? Also, how does the water not go into that? I guess it probably does, but it's like that would drain this whole ocean. It's like someone fired a Sabo round through the planet. This must be some Brachio. Is this is some Brachius? Or this is some Brachius? Or Wayload. I'm not really sure which. This could be Wayload, this could be, I don't know which is which. One of these is Bahamut, one of these is the horse. And I'm not sure who this one. It could be this one too. It could be either of these three. It could be any of him. But okay. I'm not going to go any further though. We're leaving it at that. Wait, I said nearby activities compressed. Oh, I guess it tells me. Oh, that's cool. So if you need to see nearby activities near your area that you're in right now, you can just press square and it'll show you at the top left. Okay, cool. Cool. Saving time. I absolutely love this game. I want to play more, but we gotta at least finish where we left off with Alien, because I know that's gonna be epic as well, so. One more save. Wait, we gotta do it. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 4 technically, but you know. Return to title. Dun 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 dun. I love Final Fantasy. But alright, welcome everyone. We're back, guys. No, I'm scared now. Alright, guys. I'm going to end it here for now. I'm going to call it here. I hope everyone who is joined up has enjoyed the first debut episode of Final Fantasy 16. I'll sleep better knowing the 3 save rule has been honored. We're going to do it in every game. Including Alien here in a little bit. But alright, everyone. I hate to end this quickly, but we do got to get going if I'm going to eat something really fast and have time to stream. Or stream first. I'm actually about to go to figure out how we're going to handle that. I got to go talk with my family and see what we're going to do. And see how we're going to do that food-wise. The stream may be at 9. I will admit it may be a little later than normal. So if you can try to make it, if you can. It's going to be a crazy one in this next episode. I tried to start earlier today, but I've been having a hard time staying asleep at night. I guess my body's got too much energy right now. So I've been waking up a little too late in some cases, so. But, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, everyone. I wish everyone a good morning or good evening, wherever you may be, everyone out there. Big shout out to my moderator, Farseer, as always, making sure the icons, however you want to pronounce it, all are ready to go and transform into giant Godzilla-like gods. And ready to conquer the land, especially the one I'm hiding. Especially, I'm the one that's controlling the Blight one. And I will destroy it all. I'm just kidding. But alright, everyone. Thank you all. I hope you all have a good one. And I hope to see you in our alien stream here in a little bit. Either in the next few minutes or it'll be closer towards 9. 8:30, hopefully, at the earliest. But thank y'all so much. Peace and love to all y'all out there. See you in the next one. Bye.